There it is. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you all had an awesome weekend. Mine was pretty good. Before we get rolling, today we're doing a sponsored stream. Thanks to the people over, the devs over at OMEA for sending this over. So tonight we're going to be doing. This is a super interesting game. I'm a big fan of D&D. Huge fan of D&D. I played D&D my whole life. So this is it's almost like these like choose your own adventure books that I used to read when I was a kid. Only it's a lot deeper than that because you get told, like I played around with it a little bit last night. You get, a portion of the story and then you input how you would react. However you want to react. Doesn't matter. It's not like those old books I used to read when I was a kid where like I've got like 4 choices. Like you react however you want to react. You just tell it what you want to do. Anything you want to do. And then it reacts to whatever you did. And then the story just sort of progresses from there. So very cool game. Very fun little game. I played for a little while last night, just sort of get a feel for it before I popped on here and was going to show it to you guys. But that's what we're doing tonight. So without further ado, let's check it out. I'm not getting any sound on it, though. What's going on? What's going on? No, it's there. Maybe I'm just not hearing anything yet. All right. I don't know if they're both 30. I don't know if she's got different stats than he does. That was weird. Somebody trying to break in my office. So abilities. So if you play D&D, these are kind of like your stats, like your strength and all that good jive. So this is going to determine what our rolls are going to be because we are going to roll some dice tonight. Quite a few times, actually, a lot. Who will witness this saga? Chosen Viking Raider. The storm took everything, your ship, your shield brothers, and most of your memory. You woke up half frozen on a strange shore, ringed by wreckage and the dead. Kish, what's up? No wandering tonight. No, there's no wandering tonight. Tonight, Kish, we're doing a sponsored stream. So we're playing a, this is an AI narrated game. This is, I played a little bit last night. It's pretty interesting. You ever played D&D or anything like that, Kish? You play any games like that? Any of those choose your own adventure books when you were a kid, maybe? I'm good. Had a good weekend. Had a good Monday. How was your weekend? Let's see. You only know 2 things. You're a raider and you have a home worth returning to. Everything else is names, faces, the shape of your hull slips through your fingers like meltwater. Ahead lies an island of frozen forest and jagged cliffs and the promise of a long, cold death. Something watches from the shadows. Survive it, remember who you are, and find a way home. The weekend was good. What'd you get into? Anything exciting? How much I like Vikings? Love Vikings. I've got like 2 Viking posters in the hallway. I do have another one here too. Weekend was good. Had some family in town, so as much as I wanted to. But
finally, I am Hugin. Thought. Yours specifically. The only part of your mind Odin left you. Your memory waits across this island. My brother Munin. Reach the frozen passage before the blood moon peaks, or remain nothing. One problem. Fenrir's child guards the passage. Tonight it hunts the whole island. Can you outrun a god's wolf?
Probably not. I'm damn well willing to try, though. Didn't do anything, just mostly relax. That's cool. I mean, those are the best weekends. And most of my weekends are littered with, like, adulting, trimming trees and all that garbage. Taking out the garbage, etc., etc. Fixing this, fixing that.
Your legs obey but stiffly. Salt-crusted leather drags at your limbs, heavy with freezing water. The wind cuts straight through to your skin, raising goose flesh beneath your tunic. Around you, the Drakar's ribs jut from black rocks
Sometimes,
like
yeah.
the bones of some great whale. Further down the shore, pale shapes litter the waterline, your shield brothers washed up like broken driftwood.
Cold is honest. It kills cleanly without malice. The wolf, not so much.
A smear of dried red leads up the cliff face to a motionless shape above. To the south, the shore curves towards sand. North, the land rises into high, jagged fjords. East, a dark forest presses close against the rock.
You can stand there and freeze, or you can move. Motion makes heat. Death makes nothing.
This crow, I don't like his attitude so far. So right now we got hypothermic risk. We got wet clothes, no name, and no memory. But there was a lot of stuff that it talked about being around us. We'll see. All right, so we washed up on shore. What would you guys do? You washed up on shore. What would you do? What would you do, Kish? You washed up. You're broken. You're cold. What would you do? What's the first thing you would do? You're on an island. You don't know where you're at. You don't even know who you are. So what's the first thing you would do? This isn't a hey, pick A or B game. This is a what would you do? And then we'll do that input, and then we're gonna see what happens after that. Yeah, I'm a handyman when it comes to some things. Look for something to eat. It's not bad. It's not bad. We'll look for something to eat. Let's see. What else I want to do? We're gonna. So I can do one of two things. I can either. I'm gonna try the voice. You can either use voice to get your input in, or we could type. I feel like typing might be cleaner for me because I tend to ramble. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I do tend to ramble a bit. So let's. I can see my terrible typing. Jesus Christ. Let's take a minute. Look around for. Let's see. What did I see? I saw. Look around for new weapons. We have to have some weapons, right? Weapons I can find. We're cold. We're gonna need to find. We ain't got no matches in this time period, so we'll find some flint and steel. We can find a flint and steel. Some food, maybe dry rations. What up, Tibbs? AI generated. Is it good? So far, it's really good. I played for a little bit, like last night before I streamed it. Or before I streamed, because I wanted to kind of get a feel for it or whatnot. And I played for about half an hour. And it's super cool. If you ever played D&D, it kind of reminds me a lot of that. Like, you're telling someone what you're doing and they're reacting to whatever you're doing. So there's a core story to it, just like there would be in D&D, but the nuances of what happens is completely dependent upon like whatever your input is. So we just started. So we washed up on shore, and now Kish wanted to look for some food, so we're looking for food. I'm also looking for any weapons I can find. Let's see, see if I can find flint and steel, because we're hypothermic at the moment. We're wet, so I'm gonna have to build the fire to dry the clothes out, so I don't freeze to death. Let's see what else. Dry rations. The boat's still washed up here. Let's see. Let's see. I wonder if there's any like. We need something warm. Is there any furs? We're Vikings. It gotta be furs, right? Grab any furs I can find for warmth. Although I will have to dry those out too. Cut out a piece of the sail. Because everybody needs cloth, right? Cloth. See if we can find a rope. Let's see what else. Rope. What else can I find? We could use. See if there's any clothing on the deceased. Gross, but you know, you got to do what you got to do when you're surviving. My spelling sucks. You guys will deal with it. Let's see. I already looked for food too. So we got food, we got cloth, we got rope, we got. That should be it. That should be enough, right? How much AI was used to make the game? All that matters is will the game be good? I agree. I mean, the AI, like, I mean, yeah, there's AI. There's been AI in games for years. I mean, most of it kind of sucked though. If you played, you know, Left 4 Dead or World War Z or you know anything like that, you know, we've been dealing with various levels of AI for decades. But you know, this one actually thinks and responds to you. How much of it they used? I don't. I wonder how much of it they used to actually write the story. Probably quite a bit. All right, let's see what happens. Take a minute to look around for any weapons I could find, see if I could find flint and steel, some rations, grab any furs I can find. What we got?
You move among the wreckage, your boots crunching on splintered timber and frost-slicked stones. The cold gnaws at your fingers as you work, stiff and clumsy, but necessity drives you. From the shattered hull of the Drakkar, you salvage a length of ship's rope and a broken oar. No sturdy oak, useful as a staff or club, a torn scrap of canvas, stiff with salt, yields to your knife as you cut a section for cloth. You turn to the dead. Shield brothers who sang with you last night lie broken on the stones. You take what they no longer need, a Sikh's knife from a belt, a leather satchel still dry inside, and heavy furs, though they are soaked with freezing seawater. One hand clutches a silver arm ring, twisted and bent. Another body holds a mead flask, still stoppered, and a pouch containing flint and steel.
All right, we got a decent haul off of that. So
Practical. The dead have no use for silver or warmth. You do. A raider takes what he can carry.
The wind cuts harder now that you've stopped moving. You have tools, warmth, if you can dry the furs and weapons. The sun hangs low, pale and cold. The blood trail still stains the rock above, leading to the cliff's edge. Paths lead north to high ground, south toward a beach, and east into the dark forest.
all right, let's see what got ate. You know, you'd think on a Viking ship just like went down like and crashed up on the. I mean, the ship is still there, right? It's not like it sank at sea. You think I could have found an axe maybe or a sword somewhere? But apparently no. All I got was a broken oar I get to use as a club, so that's a bummer. I do got a knife. So we got a knife, we got furs. Didn't find any food. So we found a CX knife, we find a leather satchel, so we got something to hold some stuff in. We got furs, we got a broken oar, we got some rope, we got a mead flask, so you know, we're not gonna die of thirst. And the flint and steel, so we can make a fire. I just don't want to make one right here because something's attacked somebody up here. So we'll follow the blood trail, see what it killed. Check out the body. What else would you guys do? Am I missing anything yet?
You climb the slick rock, boots finding purchase on frost and dried gore. The trail ends at the cliff's edge, where the wind howls louder, unobstructed by the wreckage below. The body lies sprawled on the flat stone, a ruin of meat and torn cloth.
That didn't happen on
The head is gone.
the
The
crash.
chest is a hollowed cage of ribs. The heart and organs ripped away. One leg ends in a jagged tear below the knee. This was no wolf, no bear. The strength required to tear a man apart like this, it belongs to something else.
I will point out that a bear would
Whatever
easily have
did
the
this
strength to
was
tear
hungry
a man
or
apart
angry,
like this.
perhaps both. Notice the wounds on the arms. He tried to fight. Didn't help.
The blood is dark, already drying in the cold. The killer is long gone, but the violence hangs in the air like a stench. From here you can see the path north climbing toward higher cliffs, the dark forest to the east, and the beach curving south.
All right, where do you guys think we should head? I don't want to make a fire here because something just ate this dude here. I don't need it coming back. So, dark forest. I like forests, but probably shouldn't be going into a dark forest and there's some like, I don't know, wolf-like animal running around eating people. It's probably in the forest. So that leaves the beach curving south. Path north climbing toward higher cliffs. Stay on the beach. We might be able to find some, I don't know, some crabs scuttling along maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? You got any opinions one way or the other? The cliffs or the beach or the forest? I really don't want to do the forest. I think the forest is a terrible idea. I'll do the forest if you guys want to do the forest, though. Also, you guys ever play D&D or any games like this before? No, not necessarily an AI generated game, but like a, you know, like a an RPG in this style. Let's head down the beach. There we go. Looking for crabs. Going down the beach. We're going to try to find some wood. And so we can find a suitable place to build a fire and warm up. Because hypothermia is not a good thing. Not a whole lot of wood on this beach.
The path down from the cliffs is steep but short, leading you from black rock to something softer underfoot. Sand, grey and damp, stretches out before you, curving toward the ocean. The wind here is less a knife and more a heavy hand, pushing against your soaked furs. Tidal pools glitter like broken mirrors among the rocks, alive with skittering shapes. Gulls and crows wheel overhead, their cries sharp against the constant wash of waves. You walk the shoreline, eyes scanning the debris. Driftwood lies scattered in abundance. Dry branches and planks tossed up by the storm, perfect for a fire. In a shallow pool you spot movement, a crab, claws raised, defending its patch of seaweed, easy meat if you're quick.
Gather driftwood, caught a crab. All right, so we got food.
Further along, near the water's edge, something larger catches your eye. A piece of the Drakar's hull, perhaps, or a broken mast section, lies half buried in sand. Beneath it, a hand protrudes, pale, blue-tinted, unmoving. You pull the wood aside. A man, he lies half in the water, half out, soaked to the bone and barely breathing. His chest barely rises.
And maybe a friend.
Another one. Still drawing breath, somehow. Hypothermia has its teeth in him deep. He needs warmth, soon.
You recognize him. Leif, the Jarl's scout. He served with you on the raid. His eyes are closed, lips blue, skin cold as the sand beneath him. He won't last long without a fire.
So I mean, I got edible seaweed too. So I like the accent and stuff of the AI voice. It's definitely an AI voice though, because it totally mispronounced Jarl to Jarl. But it's pretty cool. All right, let's see. We'll pull leaf. We'll pull leaf free, drag them to a suitable location to build a fire and warm up. Typos. You guys have to deal with typos and my terrible spelling. What else we need to do? Feel free to give input. Location, build a fire and warm up. Oh, I know. Here we go. Let's see if the AI actually drags this in. Because if you're trying to warm up, you're not gonna want to just lay on the cold ground. So let's see if we could find some logs. Keep off the cold ground. All right, so we're gonna free him. We're gonna try and drag him to a suitable location, build a fire, and try and warm up. We're gonna try and find some logs and lay those down to make a makeshift sort of bed or separator for him to keep leaf off the ground. Because if he's laying on the ground, he's just gonna freeze. Even if we build a fire, it's probably not gonna go well. Then we'll What's up, Wayne? All right, so we're gonna drag him over. We're shipwrecked on an island, Wayne. So far, it's going not bad. Not bad. What you up to, buddy?
You grab Leif under the arms, his dead weight dragging through the sand and surf. He groans a low rattling sound, but does not wake. You haul him up the beach to a spot sheltered by a cluster of large rocks, out of the wind's direct bite. The ground is cold, but you pile driftwood logs side by side to create a dry platform, laying him atop them to insulate him from the frozen earth.
Hey, the AI caught on what I was doing.
Next, you gather more wood, dry planks from the wreck, smaller branches and a nest of dry seaweed and tinder. You stack it carefully, building a small pyramid to catch the spark. You pull the flint and steel from your pouch, the metal biting into your palm. The wind gusts, threatening to scatter your preparations before you even begin. You strike the steel against the flint. A shower of sparks hisses into the tinder, glowing briefly before fading to ash. You try again, your fingers numb, the wind relentless.
Oh, snap. So I told you there's going to be dice rolls in this game. It's just like D&D, man. I love my D&D. How many of you guys have played D&D? I don't think anyone's played D&D so far except me. For those of you just joining, this is OMEA. This is it's like an AI role-playing game. And tonight's live stream is sponsored by the folks over at OMEA. So big thanks to them for shooting the game over. Nope, no D&D. No D&D. D&D was awesome when I was a kid. Love D&D. Of course, I was a nerd though. I was that weird kid, like not the weird kid that was the nerd. I was the weird kid that was both. So I played sports, and all my sports friends gave me crap because I did a bunch of nerdy shit, like played video games and played D&D and stuff. And then all my nerdy friends were always like, "Why are you hanging out with all the jocks and shit and like doing all that crap? You should be over here hanging out with us." But I liked both. And like I had two groups of friends, but they all hated each other. I'd have to hang out with one type of friend or the other type of friend. The only exception to that was my best friend. My best friend in high school, like he actually played D&D. He didn't play video games, but he played D&D. and he played sports. So me and him did a lot of both of that. But for the most part, most of my life, my friends have either been like the nerdy types or they've been like, you know, the more athletic types. But it's never. I've always been the monkey in the middle, the weird one, the odd guy out who actually does both. All right, so we got a difficulty of 4 plus. Roll the dice. So we're gonna roll a number of dice. I think the number of dice that you roll. So you've got your 2 skills, right? So we got 3 points. I got 2 points in mental, and I got 1 point in survival. So that's how many dice we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll 3, and we have to beat a 4 or better. If we don't do it, then I'm not gonna be able to light the fire, and then that's probably gonna go real poorly. Hey, I got 2 5s. Nice. How was your weekend, Wayne? Did you see the view that Kamikaze posted in the Discord? I want to go wherever he's at.
The flint strikes true. A spark catches the dry seaweed, flaring bright orange against the grey afternoon. You blow gently, feeding the flame, and it responds greedily. The dry planks catch with a crackle, and within moments, a steady roar pushes back the ocean's chill. Heat radiates outward, washing over your frozen skin. You drag the wet furs and clothing close, arranging them on sticks around the blaze to steam and drip. Beside you, Leif's chest heaves. Color returns to his blue lips as the fire's breath reaches him. He gasps a ragged intake of air, and his eyes flutter open.
We have fire.
Fire. I thought the ice had me. Ord, you pulled me from the black water.
Destination, what's up, buddy? Let's go good, man.
I owe you. My life is yours now. What's the plan? We can't stay here forever.
We're
Touching. Now you have 2 mouths to feed and 2 bodies to keep warm. The sun is lowering.
The fire burns steady, a small island of life in the cold wasteland. Leif sits up slowly, shivering violently as his blood warms. He looks around, taking in the beach, the wreckage, the forest edge to the east.
It's Crow, man. Everything I do is just fucking judging me all the time. But the judgment. I mean, look at this damn crow's eyes. It's just even staring at me, judging me now. Like, look, someone got eaten up on the beach earlier, and 2 bodies is better than 1 when something's trying to eat me, okay? So Leaf's coming with us. I don't care what the crow says. What you up to, Destination? How was your weekend, man? Let's see. All right, so warming up our stuff. Let's all right, so we're gonna eat. We're gonna wait for the stuff to dry. What else do we need to do? Do whatever we want to do. Just crazy. Probably need to find a weapon for old Leaf. Hey Zygo, what's up, buddy? Let's see. See if we can oh my god, my typing, Jesus. All right, so we're gonna tell Leaf about the thing that killed that guy back at the wreck. We're gonna make him an axe. We're gonna dry our stuff out. We're playing a game called OMEA. So the guys over at OMEA sent this over to me, and
You
they're
skewer
sponsoring
the
tonight's
crab on a
stream.
sharpened
This is an
stick
AI
and hold it over the
role-playing
flames.
game.
The shell turns bright red, and the smell of cooked meat mingles with the salt air.
So it's going to tell us what's happening, and then we can
You share the
literally do
meal with
anything
Leaf,
we want.
tearing the sweet flesh from the shell with fingers still stiff from the cold.
And then
He
it's going to
eats
respond to
greedily,
what we do. It's pretty
Strength
cool so far.
returning with every bite.
There was a body up on the cliff, torn apart, head gone, chest ripped open. It wasn't a wolf.
Not a wolf. That tracks. The tracks I saw near the wreck. Wrong shape. Too big. Whatever it is, it's strong. We'll need better than knives if it comes back.
Leaf watches as you turn to the task of arming him. You sort through the driftwood, finding a sturdy branch of hardwood straight and thick enough for a handle. Then you search the shoreline for a stone. You find a heavy,
It really
jagged
is.
rock that might shatter into a sharp edge, or you might find a smoother stone that could be lashed on as a crude hammer. You set to work using the ship's rope to bind the stone to the wood, testing the fit and the balance.
So now we're trying to make an axe for old Leaf here. We pulled him out from the wreck. He was a little bit further down the beach. Something killed someone from the wreck. Gutted him, ripped his head off, tore off one of his legs. I suspect it's a werewolf. Werewolves a thing in Viking mythology? Pretty sure they were, but I don't know if they called them werewolves. But yeah, so far it's cool. Like, if you wanted to tell it that you're... we might actually try it, depending upon like how long we last. If we end up dying or something, we might try another game where I just end up dancing. Like, I find Leaf and I just start dancing to see what he'll do. See if I can piss him off and get him to attack us or something. So the way this is going to work, though, it's kind of like a little bit like D&D, except you're not rolling D20s and D10s all the time. You roll D6s. It's going to give you your difficulty of whatever the roll is, and the difficulty, just like if you guys have ever played D&D, like your DM's going to give you, he's going to set a difficulty for whatever task. You can in D&D, you can tell your DM, you want to do anything. It doesn't matter, and he's going to set like some sort of difficulty for it. Like how hard does he think that's actually going to be for you to pull off? And then your skills are gonna that'll set the roll that you need to make, and then and then you make the roll, and your skills and whatever difficulty he determines is going to decide whether or not you actually make it. It's super interesting. Wait, D&D sounds interesting or this sounds interesting? They're both interesting. You should try both sometime. All right, let's see what we got. So down here, you can't see it because my head's covering it up. But see, where's my head? I'll show you what I'm looking at. Where's it at? There we go. So down the bottom, you've got anytime there's a roll, it's going to show you down here like what stats is relevant to that roll and what your like how many points you have in those stats. So right now I've got 2 in mental and I've got 1 in survival, which is kind of lame considering I'm a Viking. I feel like I should have better survival skills, but oh well. Let's see what we got. No whammy, no whammy. Oh, dude, I got another good one. That's another good roll. Nice. Now watch me arm Leaf and him go insane and like attack me with the bloody weapon that I just made for him. Something will happen. For some reason, he'll be a dick.
The stone splits with a clean, sharp crack under your careful blows, revealing a jagged but lethal edge of flint-hard rock. You lash it to the hardwood handle with the ship's rope, wrapping the binding tight and testing the knot. It holds firm. The balance is surprisingly good, a weapon of crude necessity, but effective.
Nice, he's got his own equipment.
That's fine work. Better than a club. I feel less like prey now.
Yeah.
Leaf hefts the axe, swinging it experimentally. The wind whistles around the stone head, around the fire, the steam from your furs and clothing begins to lessen as the heat drives out the damp.
Oh, yeah. This is a plan
You pull
coming
on a
together,
now
boys.
dry tunic, the fabric warm against your skin, and drape the heavy furs over your shoulders. The mead flask sits within reach, a small comfort against the gathering cold.
Armed, fed, warmed, a good afternoon's work. But the light is failing. Golden hour approaches, and with it, the shadows lengthen.
The sun
Yeah.
dips lower, painting the clouds in hues of bruised purple and burning gold. The beach stretches out before you. To the north, the path leads back up to the low cliffs. To the east, the dark forest waits, silent and foreboding.
All right, what do you boys think we should do? Lady and gentlemen, what do you guys think we should do? We can head to the dark forest. Silent and foreboding does not sound like a place I want to be, especially with some sort of wolf creature stalking us. Probably not the place to go. We could stay on the beach, like head further down the beach, see if we can find, I don't know, a pier, a dock, a fisherman, something. We could head north up to the low cliffs. I feel like as much as they keep talking about the wind blowing or whatever, I'm just going to freeze to death up there. But to be fair, I am on a beach right now. Toonmonger, what's up, buddy? So I don't know. Where you guys think we should head? My vote is further down the beach. Just keep going this direction, away from the bloody body. Let's see what we find. How was your weekend, Toonmonger? My sinus is driving me nuts. I apologize, y'all. Oh, and also OMEA's I guess they're coming out with like a bunch of different stories too. It's not just the Viking story. I'm into the Viking thing, so I don't know how many other stories I'd be interested in. I haven't looked at all of them specifically, but any of them horror related, Viking related, D&D-ish related, I'd totally be down. All right, we're gonna head further down the beach. Let's see. Take a swig of ale first of our mead. How's your weekend, Toonmonger?
The mead burns going down, a sweet, sharp fire in your belly that pushes back the lingering chill. You pass the flask to Leif, who takes a long pull and wipes his mouth with the back of his hand, eyes clearing as the alcohol hits his blood.
That's better. The Jarl's best reserve, if I
It's
recall.
Jarl, man, not Jarl.
We're drinking like kings on a beach of corpses.
You gather your gear, the axe, the furs, the supplies, and set off down the shoreline. The sand is firm under your boots, the tide receding to reveal clusters of wet, glistening rocks. Tidal pools dot the beach, trapped in the hollows of stone, and the air is thick with the smell of brine and seaweed. Leif walks beside you, the stone axe resting easily on his shoulder, his eyes scanning the surf.
Plenty of life here, if we know where to look. The pools are full of them.
You stop at a particularly rich cluster of pools, water sloshing gently in the stone basins. Dark shapes dart beneath the surface, claws, shells, movement. You crouch to hunt, fingers ready to snatch, but the crabs are wary and quick. The light is fading, and every missed grab costs precious time.
Crabs for the road. Shouldn't be too hard. 4+. Come on. Hey, look at that. Nice. Got good luck on rolls today. Oh, another interesting thing you could do with this game. There's an option. Now, I tried it yesterday. It wasn't working for me, probably because it's a demo, but there's an option to scan your face into the game. So the character will actually look like you. So you hit a QR code, and you can scan your face on the phone.
Your hands
and then
move with a
it'll,
hunter's
load an
instinct,
avatar
snatching the
that
crabs
looks
before
like
they can
you, or I
scuttle
guess
into the
similar to
shadows.
you,
One by one,
into
they
the
drop
game,
into
which
your
is kinda cool.
sealskin pouch, claws clacking, shells clicking. The pools seem to give them up willingly, as if the sea itself is offering tribute. Within moments, the pouch is heavy, bulging with enough meat to feed both of you for days.
You have a gift for this. The Jarl would have paid well for a forager like you on a long voyage. We won't starve.
Fortune favors the prepared or the lucky. Hard to tell which you are.
I'm prepared, Crow.
You stand the weight of the food a comforting pull at your belt. The sun touches the horizon, painting the waves in streaks of gold and blood. The air grows colder, the wind picking up a sharper edge. The beach stretches toward a rocky point to the southwest, while the path back to the cliffs waits to the north, and the dark forest looms east.
All right. Don't really want to go in the forest. Gonna get eaten by a wolf in the forest. I just feel it. All right. Continue on toward the rocky point, I guess. The beach ends. All right.
You and Leif walk the narrowing strip of sand, the ocean closing in on both sides until the beach ends at a jagged thrust of rock. The wind here is unbroken, whipping off the water with a salt spray that stings your face. Tidal pools cluster thickly in the hollows of the stone, trapped by the tide and teeming with life, large crabs, shellfish, thick beds of kelp. It is a feast if you can catch it, but there is no path forward. The sea blocks the west and south. Sheer cliffs rise to the east. You have reached the island's edge.
Well, damn.
A dead end, good for food, bad for escape. The sun's almost down. We should decide where to make our stand for the night.
The shadows are getting long and hungry. Standing still is dangerous. Moving is dangerous. Choose your poison.
All right. Well, that don't sound good. Shellfish galore. Let's see, what paths do we got? So we can find a path to the east.
You turn your gaze eastward, away from the dead end of rock and surf. The beach stretches back the way you came, a ribbon of grey sand widening as it curves toward the main shore.
It's going to make me go into the forest.
Beyond that, the land rises into a dense wall of spruce and birch, black against the fading light. The forest stands silent, its edge sharp and forbidding where it meets the sand. To the northeast, the path climbs toward the low cliffs you descended earlier. The sun has dipped below the horizon now, leaving only a bruised purple glow in the sky. The wind is colder, biting through the warmth of your furs.
The forest, dark. Hard to see what's hiding in there. The cliffs offer high ground, but no cover. We need shelter before full dark.
The shadows are lengthening. Choose quickly, or the night chooses for you.
So we'll head to the cliff, see if we can find some place for shelter. I just really don't want to go in the woods. Sun's going down. Have you guys ever been in the woods at night? I mean, I could make a torch, but that's just going to make me like a beacon to everything everywhere. But have you guys ever been in the woods, like really deep woods at night with no light? Raise your hand if you have. All right, so we're gonna head up to higher ground, see if we can see anything. Maybe we can find some, I don't know, cave and all this or something on the way to shelter in for the night. I'd also like to point out that I really don't think you're gonna be able to find a whole lot of burnable wood on a beach. Discovered the low fjords. Wait, is this where we crashed? I feel like I discovered this when we got here.
The path up from the beach is steep, a scramble of loose shale and frost-slicked rock. Leaf follows close behind, his breath misting in the cooling air as you crest the ridge and stand once more on the flat, wind-scoured terrain of the low fjords. The sun has dipped low, painting the sky in bruised purples and burning gold, the light spilling across the broken drakkar and the pale shapes of the dead littering the shore below. The wind here is unrelenting, cutting through your furs with a knife's edge. You scan the cliff top for shelter, a crevice, an overhang, a thicket of wind-bent trees. There is nothing but open ground and black rock, exposed to the ocean's breath and the gathering dark.
No cover here if the wind doesn't kill us. Anything hunting us will see us clear as day. We need to move.
The light is dying. Golden hour bleeds into sundown soon. Choose
I
a
don't like you,
direction
Crow.
or freeze.
To the north, the path climbs higher toward the towering high fjords. To the east, a steep and narrow trail descends into the dense, dark forest. South lies the beach you just left, and west, only the endless grey ocean.
Guess we're going to the high fjords. And it's sundown. Ugh.
The path upward is a grind of loose shale and slick rock, your boots slipping as you gain height. Leaf curses behind you, his breath coming hard in the thinning air. You crest the ridge and the world opens up, a vast wind-scoured plateau of grey stone and low scrub, dropping away on three sides into sheer cliffs. To the west and north, the ocean is a churning void of dark water and white foam, the distant mainland a smudge on the horizon. The wind here is a living thing, howling without pause, tearing at your furs and stealing the warmth from your skin. The sky burns through salmon and violet, the last light catching crimson on the black rocks. Near the cliff's edge, something catches your eye, a dark opening in the earth, barely visible among the stones. A burrow.
The wind up here could flay a man. Look at that hole. Something's been digging or living.
You approach the burrow cautiously. The stench hits you first, old death, dried blood, and the sharp tang of guano. Inside the shallow depression, scattered bones lie half buried in the dirt. Some are small birds, rabbits. Others are unmistakably human. A rib cage yellowed and cracked. A femur splintered at the end. This is a larder, not a den.
A hunter's midden. Whatever ate these, it eats everything, bones and all.
The sun dips below the horizon, leaving a bruised purple twilight. The cold is intensifying, the wind cutting through your layers. You have found a place of death,
Well,
but
that's
not shelter.
I've been good, man.
Paths
No,
lead
we haven't finished
south,
Days Gone yet.
descending
We're
back
doing
toward
tonight's
the low
stream. Tonight's a
fjords and
sponsored stream,
east,
so we're
where the
doing
land
OMEA.
slopes down toward a dense forest. The ocean surrounds you on the north and west, a lethal barrier.
So we only have one direction to go, and that's into the forest. Kiss my ass. I did not want to go in the forest. Yeah. No, we were doing we did Days Gone on Sunday, Two Monger. We'll be doing it again on Thursday. So pick it up again on Thursday. Days Gone, I think Wayne checked on Sunday. I think he said Google said we were about 40-50% of the way through Days Gone. So we still got quite a ways to go. Though I'm gonna have to crack down and not get so high and wander off. Kish is gonna murder me if I keep wandering off. So because we got a bunch of stuff coming up that I want to check out. So, we got Aliens Fireteam Elite 2's coming up. I'm going to check that out. We'll be doing that on stream. I think 2 weeks after that, we got, so the the earliest you could play Halloween the game is going to be on September 4th, I think it is. So we'll be doing that on September 4th that weekend. I think that's a Friday. So I'll probably be streaming extra that weekend. That whole weekend I'll probably be streaming. And then also, still going to have Fireteam Elite 2, still going to have Toxic Commando. So I gotta crack down on the Days Gone, man. I gotta get through that. And then I want to do some other stuff in Days Gone too. I'd like to do whatever the hardest difficulty is. I want to do a hardest difficulty playthrough of that one too, but that may be later in the year just because we got so much other stuff coming up. Let's see. Before we go into the forest, let's make a. All right, making some torches. I ain't gonna light them yet though. I don't want to broadcast my my position for anything that might be hunting me. We don't need a Hobbit moment.
The
from Lord of
burrow
the Rings
offers
when they
grim
build the fire.
supplies. You kneel among the scattered
And
bones,
the ring wraiths
the
suddenly
wind
show up.
tugging at your furs, and strip cloth from the half-preserved remains. The fabric is brittle, rotting, but dry enough to catch a spark. You find 2 lengths of driftwood, straight and knotted, and wrap the scavenged cloth around the tips, binding it tight with strips of torn sail.
All right, we got 2 torches. Woo woo.
Using the dead. It's not right, but neither is freezing to death.
I mean, they're dead. They're not
take
gonna miss
one.
it. You're playing Black Flag?
Leaf
Nice.
takes a torch, testing the weight in his hand. The sky is nearly dark now, the salmon and violet fading to a deep bruised grey. The wind howls across the plateau, cutting through your layers.
How
You
you
have
liking it?
light, but you need shelter. The forest to the east is a black wall against the dying light. The path south leads back to the low fjords and the beach beyond.
Torches. Fire. You're inviting things to see you, but better to see what's coming than to die in the dark.
Wait, did we light them? we have light. So there's something the AI didn't catch. I said we were going to make them, but it didn't say we were going to light them. So it actually missed that little part. That's okay. That's okay. I can't have everything. I mean, we could just say it got too dark and I had to use them anyway. So how are you liking Black Flag? I started playing it, but I haven't had a whole lot of time to play it. We made it to, what part did I get to? I did quite a bit of stuff. I was leaving that first town that you get to. So I played for a bit. Not a long bit, but a little bit. Enough to figure out how much I like the game and enough to figure out how much nuanced stuff they've changed since the original. Let's just say there's a little more modesty in this one than there was in the original one. And I'm like, come on, man. Why you got to be doing that? Just stop. Stop with like doing shit like that in the remakes, man. Just stop. Let's see what I want to do. So we'll leave a tour. We'll leave a fire burning here. I want to see if maybe anything hunting us might go to that one first. Baby Krim, what's up? How are you? You've been playing side quest, not just the main, so you can finish it. Oh, you're close to finishing it? Oh, that's cool. Oh,
You
you're almost
work
40 hours
quickly in the
Holy
dying
crap.
light, tearing another strip of cloth from the sail and wrapping it around a
This will
spare
be done.
branch. The flint strikes, sparks showering, and the third torch catches with a hungry hiss. You scan the wind-scattered rocks near the cliff edge and find a stunted, gnarled bush rooted in a crevice, the only thing taller than knee-height for miles. You jam the torch into its branches, the flame flaring wildly in the gust, casting long, dancing shadows across the plateau. The fire burns bright against the gathering dark, a beacon in the middle of the exposed plateau. Leaf watches the flame, then the black wall of the forest to the east,
Leaf's nervous.
his knuckles white on his stone axe.
It's bright, too bright. If anything is watching, it saw that for sure. We move now while it looks at the fire.
A clever trick. Or a foolish one. Depends on whether the hunter is curious or hungry.
Oh, you have no idea how close you are? It's another one of those games where I could easily, hey, an effective distraction. All right, so this distraction might actually work. We'll see. Yeah, unfortunately, games like this, or not this, but like Black Flag, I tend to get like just lost in the side quests. That's one reason why I have never, to this day, I have like well over 100 hours in The Witcher 3, and I've never finished it. Because Kish is always giving me shit and Days Gone because I just keep getting high and wandering off. I'll like wander off, start doing side quests. She's like, get on your bike. Get on your bike. I'm really bad about that, man. Never will I ever not get high and wander off. But sometimes you find the most interesting stuff when you're like wandering off and doing side quests, though. Like a game is 100 times better when they put in interesting side quests that like just stuff that you kind of have to find. That's one of the nice things about Crimson Desert, which also I haven't finished. So, you know, there's that. But like Cyberpunk was big for that too. Like I found so many like cool, neat, unique, and unusual things, and even items. The best smart pistol in the game, you'll actually find just by breaking into places. There's like this big mansion up on a hill or whatever. It's been years since I played, so I forget exactly where it's at. But it's a big mansion. I think it's up on a hill. It's hard as hell to get into because it's got like security patrols and stuff. But once you get in, like you find this badass like smart pistol. It's like the best smart pistol in the game, at least as far as I could ever find. It's better than Skippy, as much as I like Skippy. What's this game about? So this is a narrative RPG. So I've said before, I'll say it again because I'm supposed to. Again, tonight's stream is sponsored. Tonight's stream is sponsored by the folks over at OMEA. They sent me this game over and wanted me to test this out and show it to you guys. So it's an AI narrative game. I probably didn't say that right. I don't know if you guys, like when I was a kid, I used to read these like choose your own adventure books, and I played D&D and stuff like that. So this strikes me a lot like those, except for those old choose your own adventure books or whatever. You'd read a certain page and then you have like so many choices. You'd pick a choice, you'd flip to another page, and then you'd continue the story depending upon your choice. So this game is narrated by the AI. So it's going to tell us stuff like what's happening to us, and then you tell it whatever you want to tell it. Like if I want to tell it, I'm going to stop right here, make a campfire, and I want to dance around the campfire for the next 3 hours naked, I can do that. You can do whatever you want. And then the AI is going to respond to you and tell you how this is going to play out, like with what's going on. So right now there's something is hunting me, I think, or will be hunting me. This crow keeps telling me there's something bad is coming. And it was at the, one of the children of Fenrir or the son of Fenrir or something like that. So a wolf or a werewolf or something to that effect. So, you know, if I'm dancing naked around a fire, it's probably not going to work out great for me. So, but that's what we're doing. So, you know, the game is like reacting to what I'm telling it, and then the story is progressing and continuing from there. So it's super interesting. It's super cool. I've always liked D&D. I've always liked, you know, I've always liked reading too. I mean, I was really big into reading D&D books and like the Iliad and the Odyssey and stuff like that. But, you know, I like games that give me that same sort of feeling where I'm getting a good story, but at the same time, I'm making decisions. That's one thing that always like drew me to like D&D. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I played all kinds of role-playing games when I was a kid. Even as an adult, I mean, the last D&D game I played was like a year and a half ago. I was in that game with some friends for like 2 years. Like I think it was Thursday night we'd play. So, you know, I'm like a lifelong D&D lover. You know, I played D&D. I played one called Beyond the Supernatural. I played Pathfinder. I played D&D first edition, second edition. I played a little bit of third edition. Didn't really care for that. I played fifth edition. I played Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse. I played tons of role-playing games, dude. Like, I was all about the role-playing games. So, and this is so far, this is kind of scratching that itch because it's almost like you're talking to a DM. Like, you don't know what the reply is going to be, and it's going to, like, anything I tell it, it's going to react to, which is super cool. So, right now, it's super unique, and it's pretty cool. I played for about 30 minutes last night, and so far, I've made a lot of the same decisions, and things haven't played out the same as they did. I haven't found the same things. I haven't been able to go to the same places. So, just because, like, you play through the story once, you play through it again, it's not going to be the same thing, you know. And if you do something different, obviously it's not going to be the same. So, like, my playthrough last night for like 30 minutes, things did not end well for me. There's a reason I'm not wanting to go into the forest, okay? So, but things have turned out completely different. This time I've got like a found leaf, so there's somebody with me. We'll see what happens, but you know, things are not playing out the same. And this is one story, and they have many stories, I guess, that they're going to release. I don't think they're out yet. This is a demo. You can get the demo now. Links in the description, I think, on YouTube. And then there's a link on Twitch as well. But yeah, demo's free if you want to check out the demo. And then there's different stories, you know, that you can play through. Like I said, I don't think they're out yet. But they're going to have, I don't know, I saw like, I don't know, look like 10 or so different stories. Some of them actually look pretty interesting. I'd like to see this. I'd like to see this like with a horror story. This is kind of a D&D-ish type scary story because you're a Viking and I think there's a werewolf chasing me. But I'd like to see like a more horror, like a Madison type story for those of you who remember Madison, or if you've ever played the game Madison. And if you like horror games and you've never played Madison, oh my God, go play Madison. So, funny enough, you just started Cyberpunk over the weekend. Oh my! Oh wait, you got it. Well, you might have missed. That might not be a bad thing because did you get it on Monger? Did you get it on PC or you got it on console? If you got it on console, it was broke as hell on console. I only had one issue with it when it released. Initially, when it released on PC, and it wasn't an issue. Wasn't really an issue for me. Xbox Series, okay. So yeah, that's probably a good thing for you because they fixed a lot of the issues that consoles were having. I'm not sure it was. I don't think it was Series X they were having issues on. I think it was the older. It was like PS4 they were having problems on. They released on PS4. I'm pretty sure it's PS4. PS5 might have had some issues too, but regardless, they've got all those like hashed out now, so it should be a pretty good experience for you. And if you play it and you like it, if you don't like it, I don't know, man. I'm sorry, but something might be wrong with you if you don't like it. But if you do like it, the DLC is amazing. The DLC is absolutely hands down. It is awesome too. So if you kind of start playing it, you got a little extra cash. You're like, oh, that DLC looks pretty good. Totally buy the DLC. Phantom Liberty, yeah, get Phantom Liberty. In my opinion, the best way to play Phantom Liberty is not to play through the full game and then do Phantom Liberty. It's to sort of like play it all together because you can visit that area while you're doing all the other stuff too. So you can sort of play through that while you're playing through the other stuff, and it just sort of makes the world a little bit bigger. Because I played through a number of times with Phantom Liberty and the full game. Like I've beaten Cyberpunk like 12 times. And so I always have the most fun whenever Phantom Liberty is just kind of part of it because I can do the Phantom Liberty thing and then, you know, I can like go off and do some other stuff and then come back to the Phantom Liberty section or whatever. You know, it's just like it's another mission, right? So it's pretty cool. Yes, Baby Cream is definitely a different type of game, but it's a super cool game. I'm enjoying it. I like it. I enjoyed it last night, and I'm really liking it tonight too. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it. We'll be streaming the upcoming E-Day closed beta. I will. I will. And I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it yet because we got to get through Days Gone, man. I got to finish Days Gone. I'm only like 40 or 50% of the way through Days Gone, and the Gears of War beta's coming up, so I'm going to stream that. And then in 3 weeks, we have Aliens Fireteam Elite 2. And then like 2 weeks after that, we got Halloween, the game. And I'm like, I have so much to do. I have so much to play, man. This is a good problem to have, though, right? I got so much shit to play, though. I got so much stuff to stream. I may have to like add a couple of stream days or maybe on the weekend or something. Maybe I do like a Friday stream. I might add like a Friday stream and do starts on Thursday. I said I was going to do Days Gone on Thursday. Damn it. Yeah, I guess I'll probably do that on Thursday. We'll do that on Thursday and maybe Friday. I don't know, man. I'll look at the calendar. I'll see what's what. I'll try and figure it out. I'll probably do an extra stream this Friday, though. So if you guys are around on Friday, you want to come hang out, we might do E-Day. And then maybe back in Days Gone on Sunday. Fuck. I got to get through Days Gone. I cannot not finish that game. Play more this weekend. You play more Cyberpunk this weekend? Yeah, I kind of want to do a playthrough of Cyberpunk. You know, we're all better at some games than we are others, right? I will toot my own horn. I am really fucking good at Cyberpunk. I will wreck that game. But to be fair, I've got like 1,000 hours in Cyberpunk too, so there is that. Oh, you just watched the show, the Cyberpunk show, dude. That's so good. We're getting the second season too. It's not going to be based around David and the crew. It's we're going to see David or Lucy. David's dead. Lucy's. Oh wait, I may just give him a spoiler. Anyway, it's not going to be the same shit. Base starts Thursday. You only have 8 hours. Oh yeah, 8 hours in the game. Yeah, man, you're just like barely scratching the surface there. Scratching the surface. I mean, if you're going to do a full playthrough, you can do a full playthrough with just the story in, I don't know, 30, 40 hours. But if you're diving into all the side quests, and I'm a little luckier too because I'm on PC, so PC, I get to mod it. And there was a mod, one of my favorite mods in particular was, it was called Fixers. It was Fixers something, but it was like 200 Fixer quests or some shit that they had in the game that they took out for whatever reason, and it's just not there. So some modders like went and put them back in the game. And so I had like another 200 Fixer quests to do on top of like a number of other like player quests and stuff that people did. So that added a lot of playtime for me too. So I haven't platinumed it because I don't have the there's like a really big puzzle. It took took people like years to figure out. But once you get to the end of it, you get like a monster truck. So I don't have that one. I haven't done that. They hadn't figured it out. They hadn't figured it out whenever I stopped playing. So maybe one day I go in and I do it. Go all digital. You're going to turn Xbox. I'm hoping Xbox doesn't go all digital, dude. But even with the new Xbox, I'll get back to playing the game in a minute, I promise. But even with the new Xbox, like, they're going to start letting you play games on Steam, right? So, I mean, if you're going to buy digital, I'd buy it off, just buy it on Steam, man. Yeah, the Helix. So if you could buy it, I mean, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind buying digital games on Steam. All my games on the computer are all on Steam. I can't think of any off the top of my head that I don't have that's on Steam or on Epic. I'm not a big fan of Epic. But I did initially get World War Z on Epic because it was exclusive to Epic and I wanted to play it, so I bought it on that. But then as soon as they released it on Steam, I bought it on Steam. And then all my progress on Epic, I was like, fuck it, I don't care. And then I just started progressing on Steam. So I don't mind buying on Steam because Steam's got, they got history, they're consumer first. I'm a big fan of Steam, so I don't mind buying stuff on Steam, but I do not trust PlayStation. I do not trust Xbox. Hell, I don't even trust Nintendo. I don't trust any of the console makers. So if I'm buying something on console, it's going to be a physical edition. And the shitty thing is, even the physical editions, they still make you verify that shit with a connection online. So oftentimes you still can't play unless you have an online, unless you have like an internet connection, which is complete and utter bullshit. What if something happens, I get fucking laid off and I'm like super poor and I can't afford my internet anymore, man. And like, I'm just watching TV off of like antenna TV and watching movies on my Plex, because I got movies on a Plex server, is where I keep most of my like physical media. Like I don't just put the Blu-ray in all the time. I actually have a Plex server on one of my PCs or whatever, so I can just stream it from that. But I could stream from that, and then I want to play a game. Well, shit, I can't play half my fucking games if it requires an online, verification thing. So screw that jazz, man. What if I move to the middle of Alaska with Kamikaze and I ain't got no internet? I know he does. What if I don't? What if I'm in the middle of nowhere and I got no internet and I want to play what the hell ever on my console? Most of you guys aren't old enough to know when video games were just about making great video games and everything didn't have to be a corporate nutsack to, get something done. Oh well. Maybe one day the Chuds will take over and we'll get rid of all this stupid bullshittery. Because it is stupid bullshittery. Yeah. I am looking forward to Thursday, though. I saw Gears was playable. I saw it was downloadable last night. I was like, oh my God, wait, can I play it now? And I downloaded it last night. And then I got so sad when, when it came up, it was like, you can play on whatever this Thursday is, was like, I don't know, the 6th or something like that. I was like, no, I thought I could play now. I think that's just the multiplayer, though. We'll still probably check it out. All right, fingers crossed. We need 5+. Oh, snap. Look at that shit. Dude. The dice are with us tonight. Oh, is Horde mode? They're going to do Horde mode too? Shit, we'll just play Horde mode all night, yo. I didn't like that one. Gears 1 and 2 were awesome. I didn't play 3.
The decoy burns bright on the plateau behind you, a solitary star against the fading light. Nothing moves toward it yet, but the distraction holds eyes that might have watched the forest edge are fixed on the fire. You and Leaf slip into the tree line, the ground softening underfoot from rock to needle-littered earth. The forest swallows you whole. The air is still colder here in the shadow of the trees, and the silence is absolute. No birds, no small animals,
what was your favorite?
Just the wind hissing through the spruce branches. Ahead, a shape dominates the gloom, an oak tree massive enough to belong in a king's hall, not this frozen northern waste. Crude structures cling to its branches, a platform raised high against the dark.
What?
Smoke curls from a fire pit up there. drifting down through the runes carved into the bark.
That tree. It shouldn't be here. Oak doesn't grow this far north. And that smoke. Someone lives up there.
I'll snap. It's like a
Godspeed.
witch in the woods.
The madman talks to the sky. Perhaps he'll listen to you. Or perhaps he'll just add your bones to his collection.
A howl splits the distance, not close, but closer than before. It echoes through the trunks, bouncing off the ancient oak. The sound is low, guttural, and hungry.
Wolves. And something else. I can hear it in the call. We need to decide, Odd. The tree or the dark?
The tree. Yeah. I didn't play 4 and 5 because I looked at 4 and 5, and I don't know if you've noticed anything about a lot of the like shooters and stuff that I play. Most of them are very dark and gritty. I like dark, gritty games. So like 5, especially for Gears, just got way too bright and colorful. And, you know, my 8-year-old likes bright and colorful. That's her thing. That's not my thing. I like dark and gritty and mean and, you know, painful looking shit. And I need, I need, you know, death and brotherhood and all that shit. You know, I need all that like testosterone laden crap. I can't handle a game that looks like it needs to be a damn. I love that you loved it, but I can't handle a game that looks like it needs to be a motherfucking motivational poster hanging in the HR department. I can't do it, man. I just can't. This is why you will never see me play some shit like Fortnite or something. Like I tried to play Fortnite one time. I was enraged within like 2 minutes of starting that fucking game. I was like, I want to murder everybody in this fucking game, like for real. So it's just not for me, man. I need like I thrive on dark, gritty, painful looking shit. And Gears E-Day looks like exactly that. That shit is built for me, man. It is dark, it is gritty. It doesn't look like it pulls any punches. I mean, for those of you that don't know a whole lot about Gears, Emergence Day, Gears E-Day is about Emergence Day, and spoilers. Emergence Day does not go well, okay? Things don't go well. So, yeah, they hit the tone for me, man. They hit it. They nailed it, at least as far as what I've seen. So hopefully they nail the gameplay. It doesn't have too much dumb shittery in it. And if it plays and the story plays out like it looks, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Yeah, the very beginning, like before the first game. Emergence Day. Everything went to the shitter. Doesn't go good. I'm interested to see how the game's going to end because we all know E-Day doesn't go well. Spoiler, not spoiler. Okay, let's... let's see. Announce ourselves. We're going to try to announce ourselves before we try and climb up, but not so loud. Oh my God, I can't type. All right. Hopefully this guy don't murder us. My buddy Leaf will beat him to death with his rock hammer if he has to.
You leave the decoy torch burning behind you and move toward the massive oak, its gnarled roots like the legs of some sleeping beast half buried in the snow. The air here smells of wood smoke and something else, dried herbs, old blood, a strange sweetness that clogs the back of your throat. You stop at the base of the trunk and cup your hands, calling out a greeting that carries through the silent trees but does not echo too loudly.
Keep your axe ready, Odd. If he drops something on us, I want to be able to swing back.
Above you, the rope ladder twitches. A face appears over the edge of the platform, framed
It's like
by
Conan the
hanging
Barbarian
bones
when he
and
meets
feathers.
his
Wild
wizard
grey
buddy.
hair whips in the wind, and pale eyes stare down, unfocused, seeing through you rather than at you.
Voices, where? Ah, below the Strandwalkers. You carry the storm's salt on you, and the cold of the deep water.
God Speaker, the madman of the trees. Try not to stare at his skulls, he thinks they're family.
Why do you climb to God's speech? The night has teeth tonight. Do you seek wisdom, or just warmth from the fire?
Why not both? Why not both? Toonmonger, you gonna play Fireteam Elite 2? Did you play Fireteam Elite 1?
Listen, asshole!
You listen, you little bitch. You hang up on me again, I'll cut you like a fish, understand?
Dude, I need to watch that movie again.
Yeah.
I was listening to the soundtrack this morning. Perhaps both. Shelter from whatever stalks the night forest. And what else? We need to ask him some stuff. What do I need to ask him? There we go. And then E-Day's releasing soon too. On top of that, like the full release. Anyone remember when E-Day's actually releasing, like full release? It's soon.
The old
right?
man tilts his head, the wind catching his wild hair and the bones dangling
I'll
from
say
the
September.
platform railing.
September 2.
He stares down at you for a long moment, his pale eyes unfocused, as if listening to a voice only he can hear.
The gods, yes. They always have desires, and the night has hunger. Come up, Strandwalkers. The fire burns. The words wait.
The rope ladder uncoils from above, slapping against the rough bark of the oak before swinging down to hang just above your reach. It looks old, the fibers frayed in places, but the knots hold tight.
After you, Odd. I'll watch your back while you climb.
Into the nest of the madman.
I was right, neighborly.
Make
of him.
sure you don't drink anything he offers you, unless you want to see the other worlds.
Up the ladder we go.
You grip the rough hemp of the ladder, the fibers biting into your palms. The wood creaks under your weight, a groaning protest in the still air, but the knots hold. You haul yourself up, hand over hand, the wind pushing at your back. Below, Leif watches the forest edge, his stone axe ready before he grabs the ladder and follows. You crest the platform. The air here is warmer, thick with wood smoke and the pungent scent of dried herbs. Firelight flickers against runed stones and animal skulls arranged in careful patterns. A small shelter leans against the trunk,
what's up, Raiders?
open to the sky where the fire burns. Torolf
Care Bear,
stands
what's
by
up? Thank you for the
flames, his
raid.
pale eyes fixed
What's
on you.
shaking? Were you playing OMEA 2?
You made the climb, the All-Father watches those who do not fall. Come, The fire is hungry and the night is long.
It's warm, that's something. But this place, it feels like a tomb.
A tomb with a view. Look at his collection. He's been busy.
Oh snap! You can't play those stories. I know, right? How many stories were there? How many stories were there going to be? There was like, it looked like there was something like 10, right? Hey, thank you for the follow, okay, there was around 10 or so, right? That they're going to come out with. You died once, you got your memories back once. Nice. How long did it take you to get through it? Yeah, 10. Yeah, 10. That looked like about it for me too. I mean, I doubt I'll play all of them, but I was like, a couple of them look kind of horror-ish. For those of you new here, so I'm Sabian. This is Sabian's Last Watch. I do a lot of like dark, gritty like shooters and stuff like that. I do like 40K, Toxic Commando, stuff like that. But I also really enjoy I'm really big into D&D. I like role playing games. I like stuff like this. Midnight Watch. I haven't streamed Midnight Watch, but yeah, Midnight Watch is super cool. I like that one. Stuff like that. Gears of War coming up. Probably be doing that one. Again, dark gritty shooter. But I'll do some other stuff too. Like Halloween, the game's coming up. We're gonna do that a whole lot because that one looks like just super cool and badass. But back to the D&D thing. Like I've been huge into D&D my whole life, man. I've played D&D since first edition D&D, first edition, second edition, a little bit of third edition, didn't really care for it. Fifth edition was really good. So games like this is like right down my alley, man. When I was a kid, I used to read a lot of those choose your own adventure books, and this kind of reminds me a lot of that, except it's a lot deeper, obviously, because I can just tell it whatever the hell I want to do. I want to play a game where I'm like, we get off the boat and I just insist on taking my clothes off and like dancing around the fire naked, just to see what it'll do. Just to see how the AI is going to react. I know I'm probably going to get eaten right out the gate, but I just want to see what happens. Late shift, you don't stroke out, promise. It's very different from what you normally play, but you do try and do Tuesday, or what the fuck is this, Wednesday? Try some different games. What do you normally play? I'm in the forest. So in this game right now, like if you guys were playing your game, I don't know what path it took you or what path you took or whatever, but we went up the beach. So I got some food. We made a fire. We dried out our stuff, continued down the beach, and then we just kept going down the beach, and we came to a dead end. So then I had to double back, and I went up the cliff, but then the cliff was a dead end too. We found like a shit spot where like whatever I guess is stalking the forest has been taking a crap over there. It's like bodies and bones is all it is. And so then we came back down. The only way to go was into the forest. So at that point we went into the forest. And so we came into the forest, and now we've found this old man in the tree, the God Speaker. So that's where we're at now. Valorant, Destiny, Hunt Showdown. Oh, dude, I got a couple of friends of mine. They play the shit out of Hunt Showdown. You two actually, you still have your first edition on your shelf. Oh my God. Like the original, like red box edition. And the Monster Match, you actually started with GURPS. Oh my God. That's so cool, dude. You wish, hope. That's pretty cool. You found a hut and then ended up. Oh, okay. So you found the same guy. Okay, cool. All right. So that's where we're at now. I don't know how much further you got than this. I don't know how much further I'm going to get. It's actually, it's pretty long for a demo. I was actually kind of surprised. You won't tell me what happened? I don't know if it, I mean, I suppose overall arcing story, it kind of matters, but I played this for like 30 minutes, about 30 minutes or so before I hopped on stream tonight. So I played a little bit last night, right? And things are very different. Like I had different, like completely different choices. Like for example, like I went down the beach when I played it a little bit last night too, but I had the option to go out into like this plains area. And I went out into this plains area. Tonight, that wasn't there. There was no plains area there. So I think the replayability of this game is actually probably pretty good too, even on the same story. Not just in the fact that if you make different decisions or whatnot, you know, that's going to affect the story, but also I think the story just plays out a little bit differently every time. And like last night when like when we first started, I searched the beach for a lot of stuff and I listed a bunch of stuff. I was like, all right, in this photo, I can see the sail, right? So I want to take the sail or part of the sail for cloth so I can make, you know, I don't know, bundle up with it later or something. Look for furs, look for weapons, look for you know, maybe dried jerky or some sort of like dried rations or whatever. This big list of stuff that I wanted to look for amongst the bodies and the wreckage and all that stuff. And I found some of the same stuff, but some of the stuff is different that I found. And some of that stuff has changed like what I've had the ability to do tonight as opposed to last night. So it's pretty cool. I'm digging it. This is a good game. First one was somewhat different from the second run. You lead the way you wanted. Found a ton of stuff the second run. I mean, I found a pretty decent amount of stuff, and we got full bellies. When I played last night, things did not go well for me. I was failing literally every roll. Every roll. I ended up dying. I had like a broken leg, and like I'd broken my leg. I had a big gash in my hand. I was hypothermic. It was bad, man. It was bad. It was so bad. I just got wrecked. First one was rough. You died. The beast kicked your butt. Yeah, he ate me. I got eaten last night. But the worst part was I fell into the water at this one point when he was attacking me, because at that point I'm like, I'm just gonna try and take him out with me, right? And I fell into the water, and of course it was like cold and freezing, and I was drowning. I was going to drown. There was nothing I could do because my leg was broken, my hand was broken. I was screwed. I'm drowning. And he didn't even let me drown. He pulled me out of the water to eat me. I was like, you motherfucker. You can't even let me drown in peace. Jesus Christ. Pull me out of the water just so he could like finish me off in I don't know, some sort of like glorious narrated fashion. So it was pretty cool though. I was like, seriously, this jackass is. I figured you'd think he's an animal, you know, he's like a werewolf, I guess. So you think he just sort of, okay, well, praise in the water. Nah, bro, he got me, pulled me out and finished me off. He wanted to make a meal of my butt. It is a ton of fun. Yeah, this is a good game. This is a really good game. So, but I appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you guys. Thank you. Welcome to all the Raiders. All right, let's see what. I don't remember what the old man's place looks creepy, right? And I didn't have Leaf with me last night either. I didn't find Leaf. So tonight I actually found a partner. So I was like, well, 2 bodies are better than 1 if this thing attacks me. And then I made Leaf a weapon, and I was like, all right, I'm making him a weapon out of this like makeshift like jagged broken rock, and like making this little makeshift axe or whatever. And I'm like, what's the odds of him like being crazy and like turning on me, trying to murder me with this thing that I'm making for him or some shit. So all right, well, I don't remember what all he said, so let's just go with see if he knows what's stalking the woods. Do you know what's stalking the night forest? Get to run you over like 30 minutes. I feel you, man. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. So I guess a family time. Catch you again soon. Good luck. Hope you make it home. All right. I appreciate you. Appreciate you popping in, Care Bear. Thanks for the raid, man. Have a good night. God bless. Be safe.
Not wolf, not man.
Don't let the wolves eat you in the forest.
The blood moon wakes it. The old hunger Fenrir's get. It remembers the taste of warm meat.
He speaks in riddles, but he's right about one thing. It's not just a wolf.
Iron breaks, steel chips, but fire bites deep, and the cold metal, the silver that burns the throat.
Silver. We have an arm ring, and fire. We can make fire.
I did make torches.
You have the means, but do you have the will? The night is long, Strand Walker. Rest, the fire is warm.
Torolf gestures to the fire pit, where flames lick at the logs, sending sparks up toward the darkening sky. The smoke stings your eyes, thick and pungent with herbs. Leaf shifts his weight, glancing at the rope ladder, then back to the old man.
Rest or plot. The wolf doesn't care which you do, as long as you're here when it comes.
Hopefully he can't climb. I don't know. You guys got any suggestions? What should we do? We're just hanging out in this place with the old man. We don't remember where we came from. I get most of those questions answered, I guess, from let's see. See, did the gods have any I can't type. See what the old man says about why we might be stranded here.
Insight. The gods do not give reasons, they give weight, a stone to carry, a storm to weather. You are here because the threads of your word led you to this shore. Perhaps you are being tested. Perhaps you are being punished. Or perhaps you are simply the only one left to witness what comes.
Witness or sacrifice. The All-Father loves a good tragedy almost as much as he loves a good riddle.
Less talk of fate, more talk of survival. Can this place hold against the wolves? Or the thing that walks like a man?
The high place is safe. For now, the ladder can be pulled up, but the fire draws eyes, hungry eyes.
I mean, do we really want to put the fire out? I left a decoy fire at some point, but that's not going to keep it occupied for long. So should we put the fire out? Let's see. So what other games are you guys excited to play this year? Anything, anybody excited for anything else coming out? Halloween, Gears, what else we got? I don't think Turok's coming this year, but
Torolf
somebody's asked me
pokes at the
about
fire
Turok
with
the
a
other day.
charred stick, sending a shower of sparks spiraling up into the night. He doesn't look at you, his eyes fixed on the flames as if reading something written in the heat.
Divinity 3. It's not this year, but
The
it's
fire
coming.
calls, it whispers to the hungry things. Put it out, and we sit in the dark with the wolves. Keep it burning, and the wolf might climb.
If it climbs, we hit it with the axe. Or burn it. I'd rather see it coming than feel teeth in my throat.
A tactical
Decisions.
debate, as if you have a choice. The fire is already lit. The eyes are already watching.
The height is a shield for a time, but the beast is of the old blood. It knows how to hunt in the high places, just as it knows how to hunt in the deep waters.
The wind gusts
Well, the
through
bird
the
says it
gaps in
already
the
knows we're
shelter
here.
walls, carrying the scent of pine and the distant salt tang of the sea. The fire crackles, a steady heartbeat in the quiet. Torolf settles onto his pile of furs, pulling a worn blanket around his shoulders, his gaze drifting toward the dark opening of the treehouse.
Rest now, strand walkers, the night has only begun. If the All-Father wills it, we see the dawn.
All right, well. The beast is out. Got yourself some protein oatmeal today. Nice. What kind do you get? Is it Red's protein? That's what I usually get. I get Red's protein oats. Less sugar version, but it'll be fuel IG. I mean, getting enough protein. Like I'm about 215 pounds, so getting 215 plus grams of protein a day is fucking hard, dude. Hard. I gotta get to working out again, man. I haven't lifted in it's been almost a month. I had like family stuff going on, had death in family, a bunch of other stuff going on. So I just haven't had time. Like with work and everything else, I haven't had time. So I'm gonna get back at it. Probably not this week, but I'll probably start back up. Monday, I think we'll start back up. All right, well, let's try to get some rest. Let's go on. We'll do We got torches ready to go. I wonder if there's any way I could bend this silver armoring out. See if I can, I don't know, heat it up in the fire or something, maybe. I don't know. There's probably no chance of doing that, but we'll see if I can bend it out in some way to make it some sort of piercing weapon. Kodiak. Oh, okay, cool. Kodiak. Yeah. I've tried Kodiak before. Yeah. And they've got like, I do like the Kodiak like waffles mix and like the protein pancakes and stuff sometimes. My problem is if I'm having waffles or pancakes, I really like syrup with it.
You arrange the watch, Leaf taking the first shift while you and Torolf settle by the fire.
It's just a bunch
The
of extra
old
calories.
man mutters to his skulls, ignoring you, lost in his own world. You pull the silver arm ring from your pouch, the metal cool and heavy in your palm. It is thick, twisted into the shape of a serpent eating its own tail-fine work, but useless as a weapon unless it changes shape. You feed the fire, building up the heat until the flames roar white-hot. Using a pair of green sticks like tongs, you thrust the silver into the heart of the
Am I going to be able to pull
blaze.
this off?
The metal begins to glow, softening, turning from dull grey to a blushing red. You pull it out and lay it on a flat stone, grabbing another heavy rock to hammer it.
Oh, snap. Crafting is abysmal, but my physical is outstanding. All right, we just need 5. Now, those of you who haven't seen, I haven't mentioned it, those of you coming in from Care Bear's stream, you probably already know about this, but up here in the top left-hand corner, we got story points. I can use story points to give myself successes or whatnot on dice rolls, and I think we're gonna make sure we succeed on this dice roll, because I think I've succeeded every dice roll we've done, and I'm probably gonna lose this one because it's a super important one. So fingers crossed, 5+. I knew it. And we got a negative failure. I'm gonna re-roll. One to re-roll. I'm gonna add a success. I need this one to happen. I need the weapon. That's 2 though. I only got 1 left, and I need to save that for combat.
The hammer strikes home, the glowing metal yielding under the stone. You work quickly, the heat radiating against your face, bending and twisting the serpent until it straightens into a jagged, tapering spike. The silver cools, turning from cherry red to a dull, gleaming grey, hardening into a lethal point. It is no longer jewelry, it is a fang of cold iron sharp enough to pierce hide and bone.
Oh yeah, silver stake. Now I wonder if I could fashion that silver
That's
stake into
ugly
a weapon,
work,
like a.
but it looks sharp. If the beast comes, it'll know it's been bit.
Leaf takes the watch first,
Wonder if I
sitting
could
cross-legged
fasten it
by
to
the
like a
fire pit with his
handle
stone
of some
axe
type.
across his knees. You settle onto the pile of furs Torolf indicated, the warmth of the fire seeping into your bones. The old man is already asleep, or perhaps deep in a trance, his breathing slow and rhythmic. The wind howls outside, rattling the bones that hang from the eaves, but inside, the fire crackles, pushing back the dark.
Sleep, if you can. The raven watches, the wolf waits, and the silver remembers its old purpose.
And you guys play Assassin's Creed Valhalla? So good. So good. See if I can make a pike or something out of this. I don't think a pike's the right word. Spike on the end of a handle so I could wield it a little better than just like a stake. If I did this in real life, it would totally just fall off, but this is a fantasy world. So the fantasy is I'm actually better at doing things than I am in real life.
You take the
Ball is
broken
pretty damn
ore,
good. Looking
its
forward to
shaft, sturdy
Serious
and
Sam
thick,
and John.
and
Oh, yeah, I
lash the
forgot about they're
silver
making a
stake
John
to the
Wick game, dude.
splintered
That's
end
cool shit.
using the ship's rope. The knots are tight, wrapped around the silver and the wood until the metal sits firm, a jagged silver tip on a long wooden haft. It is a crude weapon, but the silver gleams dully in the firelight, promising more than wood ever could.
Silver pike. Nice.
Leaf takes the second watch, his eyes heavy but his hand resting on his stone axe. You lie down on the furs, the heat of the fire soaking into your muscles. Sleep comes quickly, a deep, dreamless void pulled over you by exhaustion. A sound tears you from the dark. Not the wind, not the trees, but a roar that vibrates in the wood beneath you. It is distant, somewhere deep in the forest, but it carries a weight that makes the fire seem small. The blood moon has risen.
Ah, damn it.
Odd. Wake up. That wasn't a wolf.
The night has teeth, as I said, and they are grinding.
It begins, the old blood wakes, the fire. Keep it burning.
What the hell's this old man gonna do if I wasn't here? He's gonna be screwed. Did you finish Valhalla? Valhalla was another game that I got high and wandered off. I was doing too many side quests. I didn't get to finish it because all the damn time. I didn't see the Serious Sam game. John Wick. I don't know anything about John Wick, but it's John Wick, so hopefully they don't screw it up. And the Jurassic Park survival game, that sounds cool. Beta's going to have Horde and PvP. I'll probably do more Horde than PvP. I don't do a whole lot of PvP in games like that. I like Horde more than I like PvP. Sometimes like a 40k2, sometimes I'll bounce in and do some PvP, but I'm not like I don't do it a lot. I will do it on occasion though. Finished it, but you didn't get the DLC for it. I didn't get the DLC for it either. We'll have Leaf. Windows. Make sure to add that while being sure not to light the house on fire. Caveat there at the end. I got to... Man, it's been so long since I played it, though. I started playing Black Flag, but if I'm being honest, I just like Vikings more, so I might go back and try and finish
You move
Valhalla
quickly,
before I play Black
handing
Flag.
one of the prepared torches to Leaf and keeping the other for yourself. The flint strikes, and the dry cloth catches with a flare,
then I'd have to start
casting
Valhalla over
long,
again.
flickering shadows against the rune-carved walls. Leaf takes his position by the gap that serves as a window on the north side, his stone axe resting on his shoulder as he scans the dark branches below. You take the south side, the silver pike in your hand, its cold weight reassuring. Torolf sits by the fire, muttering to himself, seemingly unconcerned with the defense of his sanctuary.
The light, it makes us targets. But I'd rather see it coming.
A wise choice. Blindness is a poor way to die.
Let's fucking work.
Below the forest is a black ocean, the trees swaying in the wind like kelp in a current. The red light of the blood moon filters through the canopy, staining the snow and the bark a deep, bruised crimson. Another roar echoes, closer this time, shaking the very air.
He's coming.
It is a sound of hunger and rage, a challenge to anything living on this rock. The platform under your feet vibrates with the force of it.
It smells us, the fire, the fear it comes.
Heavy footsteps crunch through the snow below, slow and deliberate. They circle the oak, testing the trunk. Then the sound of claws digging into bark. Scrape. Scrape. The ladder jerks as something heavy begins to climb.
It's on the ladder. It's climbing.
How the hell did they get the ladder?
Showtime. Survivor. Don't miss.
Wait, what do we got? Wait, did it get in? That's not a good sight. How does you feel waking up to that coming out of the floor? Well, if it's just beginning to climb. Try and cut the ropes of the ladder, but using the damn ladder. We're gonna try jabbing fire at it, maybe. See how it likes the fire. I really don't want to lose my. I'm afraid I want to drop my silver pike. I don't know how good this AI is at combat yet. Did you guys see a lot of combat over on Care Bear? Like, do you do combat over there?
You lunge for the rope ladder where it disappears over the platform edge, the hemp fibers creaking under the weight of the climbing thing. Your hand axe bites into the thick rope, splinters flying as you hack at the strands.
A hand axe?
Below, a guttural snarl vibrates through the wood, closer now, the ladder jerking violently with every upward pull. Leaf stands ready with his torch, the flame flaring wildly in the draft, his knuckles white on the haft of his stone axe.
It's fast. Cut it, Ord.
Time to see if your aim is as sharp as your fear.
The axe blade sinks deep, but the rope is thick, woven for strength. Half the strands part, the ladder twisting and sagging, but the remaining fibers hold. A massive clawed hand grips the platform edge, wood splintering under its grip as the beast heaves itself upward.
Aw, snap. Sever the ladder before the beast reaches the difficulty 6. This is not going to be good. Oh, I got 5 dice, though. Really? All 3s? All of them? All right, I'm going to use my last story point. I don't need this thing getting in here. I might regret that decision later. Warm, dry, fed, alert, adrenaline rush. I mean, we're pretty stacked right now.
The axe blade shears through the last stubborn fibers with a wet snap. The rope ladder jerks violently, then goes slack, tumbling away into the darkness below. A massive shadowy shape loses its grip with a startled yelp that sounds disturbingly like a man's scream twisted into a growl. Gravity takes hold. There is a sickening crunch of heavy bone against wood and rock, followed by a heavy thud in the snow far below.
It fell. By the gods. It actually fell.
A temporary reprieve. It heals fast and it remembers.
Below, in the gloom of the forest floor, something thrashes in the snow, snapping branches and snarling in frustration. It paces around the base of the oak, looking up with glowing eyes, but the trunk is too smooth, the height too great for it to jump. You are safe for now, but the only way down is gone.
The wolf is trapped in the pit. We are trapped in the nest. The All-Father enjoys his cages.
I got rope. We can get out in the morning. I ain't worried about now. Keep watching. Keep watching. We'll wait it out till morning, man. It's fine. I could try throwing some torches at it, but I don't like the tree on fire. Throw some rocks at it to piss it off. I should totally just start throwing rocks at it to piss it off. Should I throw rocks at it to piss it off? If there's any rocks, I'll just start throwing shit at it. Just to see what it does. I'm afraid it'll end up killing us just because I'm screwing around with it, though. All right. I'll be serious. I'll just keep watching till morning. If we end up dying, then the next time I'm totally just going to be silly and see what happens. Uh-oh. There we go.
The hours drag on, marked only by the slow crawl of shadows and the restless pacing of the beast below. You and Leaf stand watch by the gaps in the wall, torches burning low, eyes straining against the dark. The creature circles the oak, occasionally snarling up at the platform, but the smooth trunk offers no purchase. It cannot climb.
It stopped moving, just sitting there, watching.
Waiting. Like a good hunter. Or maybe it just likes the view.
Eventually, the oppressive red light of the blood moon begins to pale, bleached by the grey of dawn. The forest below shifts from black to a bruised purple. With a final guttural huff, the beast turns and lopes away into the trees, its tracks leading south toward the plains. The silence that follows is heavy, broken only by the crackle of
Uncle
the
Bob,
dying
what's
fire.
up, buddy?
The sun returns, the wolf sleeps. We live another day.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're exhausted, dry, warm, and fed. Okay. So, Uncle Bob, this is a game called OMEA. So, this is a narrative RPG. So, again, for those of you who joined, tonight's stream is sponsored by the folks over at OMEA. They sent me this one to try out tonight. I'm super big into D&D and stuff like that. So this is very like D&D like, which is one reason why I'm digging it so much. So what it is, it's an AI generated game. So there's a story that's playing out. The narrator tells us what's going on, kind of like you're reading a book or something or playing a D&D game. And then you type in your response or you speak in your response. You could do either one. Whatever you want to do. Anything you want to do. It's not like if you guys have ever I don't even know if they have them anymore, but when I was a kid, they had the choose your own adventure books. You'd read so far, you'd read like page 10 or something, and then at the end of page 10, you'd have like 3 or 4 choices, and like you pick a choice and it'll tell you what page to turn to, and then that sort of continues the story or whatnot from there based on your choice. This is similar to that, except you could do whatever you want. Like you type in however you want to respond to something, to whatever's like going on at the moment, and then the AI is going to take that into consideration, and it's going to continue the story on with whatever actions that you happen to do. So, and then there's going to be dice rolls and stuff, kind of like when you play D&D or whatnot. You know, for certain actions, you'll have to roll the dice to see, see if you were successful in whatever it was you're trying to do. Be it like crafting something, climbing something, whatever the DM feels like you need. This is there's a chance you could fail it. So right now, catch you up on the story. We are Viking. We washed up on shore. Our longship crashed. Everybody on board, well, most everybody on board died except our buddy Leaf over here. We found him like down the shore. He was like washed up separate from us. But something ate most of one of the people that was on the ship with us. When we woke up, he had been gutted. His head was gone. Most of one of his legs was gone. It was obviously something large and brutal that did it. As it turns out, looks like a werewolf. So we went, we gathered up a bunch of stuff, and the cool thing is, like, I got to tell it like what I'm looking for. Like, I could have just taken off walking in a direction. If I'd said I want to walk south or I want to walk east or whatever, I could have done that. But that's not what I did. What I did was, while we were still at the wreck, I told it I wanted to search for stuff. I wanted to search the bodies for weapons. I wanted to look for cloth and fabric, some furs to keep us warm because it's snowing on this island. How hypothermia was setting in at the time. That was one of our states. You can see our status look up on the top there. So we were hypothermic at the time. We needed to warm up. I was looking for flint and steel. So we found a bunch of stuff. I found flint and steel. I found some meat. I found a bag. I found a weapon. I found a knife. We found some furs. Found a few other items, and then I decided to head south. We headed south down the beach. As I was going, I was looking for firewood so I could find a suitable place to make a fire and try and dry out my clothes and stuff before I froze to death. I was looking on the beach because, if you've been on a lot of beaches, especially depending upon time of day, you'll see crabs scurrying across the beaches or whatever. So we were looking for crabs. So we found some crabs, and then we found Leaf, and we dragged him over to a place where we built a fire. We dried out all our stuff. We, filled our belly with some crab, took a swig of mead, and then we headed off again. We ran into a dead end. We headed back the direction we came from, ran into another dead end. We were stuck going into this dark forest, which I did not want to go into because I did play this for like 30 minutes or so last night. And I didn't have a good time in the forest. Things didn't go well for me, okay? But so went into the forest, and things have played out differently tonight than they did for me last night too. Like last night I played for about half an hour, and things are very different. By this point, I was dead last night. And I was dead in a different place in different ways, even though a lot of the decisions I've made have been pretty similar. So you can obviously play through this multiple times and it be different. It's not going to be the same time every time you play it, even if you make the same decisions overall. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we got into the forest, and then we, the sun was going down. This thing was going to start hunting, and we found this treehouse. This old man, the Godseer, is at the top. So we climbed up here. We hung out for the night with Godseer. The wolf attacked. We managed to cut his only way off to get up here to actually fight us or whatever, and so we just paced around down below the treehouse all night. But now we got to get down and get the hell out of here because the sun's coming up. So that's where we're at now. But so far, it's a super cool game. And it's not just this game. So OMEA's going to have like 10 or so stories somewhere about there. So it's not just the one Viking story. There's, I don't know what all stories there's going to be. Some of them looked intriguing because they look like horror stories, and I'm a horror fan. So I might be checking out some of those too. But this one's cool. It's cool, especially for someone who like me, who's played D&D all my life, like first edition, second edition, a little bit of third. It kind of sucked. Fifth edition, I played Pathfinder. I've played Beyond the Supernatural, fucking Robotech role playing game. I played when I was a kid. I played Beyond Vampire the Masquerade when I was a kid. I played Werewolf the Apocalypse when I was a kid. I played all kinds of shit. I played role playing games like mad my whole life. So this is pretty cool for me. It's pretty cool. I'm digging it. What you up to, Uncle Bob? How was your weekend? Let's see. First, I'm going to see if the old man's got any rope up here we can let ourselves down with before I go burning mine. So we'll see if we can fashion the old man another rope ladder so he can get his ass out of here when he wants to, since we cut his last night. Problem with D&D type games, including AI RPs, is you can't LARP for shit. Well, I'm not really LARPing. I mean, you're not LARPing. This is wait, LARPing? You don't have to LARP. I've never LARPed in my life. I don't play D&D. I don't do LARPing. I've always thought LARPing was ridiculous. I'm not really one to act out a whole bunch of stuff. Even when I play D&D, I'm not really one to act out a whole bunch of stuff. I just sort of say I do this and do that, and that's about the extent of my my acting stuff out or whatnot. Here, I'm basically just putting in what I'm doing. I mean, I suppose I'm speaking like the character a little bit, but not a lot. It's mostly like, I'm not speaking like I think a Viking would speak. I'm like, seeing this old man has any rope we can fashion into another rope ladder for him to leave here permanently since we cut his. What else? Let's see. We'll ask the old man. See if there's any villages or anything nearby while we work. Yes, I misspelled that, mistyped it, whatever. You're very unimaginative and can't think of things to do, like make it fun. Well, I mean, I just generally think of what I would do in said situation. So that's
You
kind of
turn to
exactly what I'm doing
Torolf,
here, right?
asking for rope to replace the ladder you severed. The old man chuckles, a dry rattling sound, and points to a bundle of hemp coils hanging from the rafters among the drying herbs.
Take it. The wolf cuts the thread, the spider weaves another. Such is the way.
You haul the coils down. The rope is rough and smells of wood smoke, but it holds you set to work, splicing lengths together and knotting them to the platform railing.
Nice, it's working.
Leaf helps, his hands moving with practiced efficiency despite the lingering tension in his shoulders.
Man, my grandma used to
As you
hate me
work,
playing D&D.
you ask Torolf about others' villages, survivors, anyone else on this frozen rock.
Others? Yes. The island is not empty of ghosts. A woman weeps in a hut of grass on the plains. Her mother fades like the winter sun, and thieves, men with hungry eyes, they hole up in the wolf's wood, licking their wounds.
A widow, a dying grandmother, and a pack of rats. Quite the welcoming party.
It's fucking crow, man.
Torolf's gaze drifts to the skulls lining his shelves, his expression unreadable. He speaks no names, only shapes in the mist. You finish tying the last knot, testing the new ladder's strength. It holds firm, swaying slightly in the morning draft.
It's solid. We can climb down whenever we're ready.
The sun climbs, the wolf sleeps, but it does not forget. Choose your path, survivor.
Nice. Yeah, no, I've never done LARP. Now, I did actually used to know a bunch of guys that LARPed, and I thought they were hilarious. Like, I used to do samurai swordsmanship, so it's called Iaido, the art of drawing the sword, right? So I did it for years. I taught for many more years, and back when I used to teach, there was, I mean, you know, we're teaching a class. I could pay money for this, right? So all the LARPers in the world can bring their asses in, and I will teach you all the swordsmanship you ever wanted to know as long as you pay for the classes. So we had probably 10 or so LARPers come in, wanted to learn swordsmanship because they were LARPers. And then they would come in and like, it actually worked out for us because like, you know, I've always been really big into martial arts and stuff too, right? So, you know, there's sparring in martial arts, whether you do judo, jiu-jitsu, you know, karate, doesn't matter. You know, you're either rolling or you're sparring or whatnot. So we always kind of wanted to do that with swordsmanship. But, you know, when you're doing swordsmanship, especially like Iaido, you could do like kendo. And I did a little bit of kendo, but I couldn't get into kendo. And you got like the bamboo, the shinai is what they're called. You know, you could spar a little bit with those, but those requires quite a bit of money because you need to get like the gear and stuff to protect your head and everything, right? So what we ended up doing, the LARPers ended up showing us how to make like basically swords out of like PVC pipe and like foam around them so we could actually start sparring in class. So they actually did us a pretty big service. But and I mean, there was like out of the 10 that started, there was about 4 of them that actually stuck around and actually got their black belts in swordsmanship. So they actually became really good swordsmen. So I was pretty impressed with them. So, I mean, you know, I can't talk too much shit about the LARPers, you know. Everybody do your thing and enjoy doing it, whatever it is, regardless of what everybody else thinks about it. But it just wasn't my thing. But I am all about D&D, though. I play the shit out of D&D. Man, my grandma hated me playing D&D. Holy crap. Like, I'm a Christian. My grandmother is well, she was. She's been dead for years, but she was a hardcore Christian, man. And she found out I was playing D&D. She lost her shit. She's like, that old devil worshiping shit. How could you do that? I'm like, it's not devil worshiping, Grandma. Jesus Christ. It's just stories in a book. She was not fucking happy, man. She's not happy with me at all. She finally got over it, though. I wasn't giving up my D&D. Like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Not happening, Granny. All right, so we got that done. Man, is that really all that's on this damn island? I guess we'll go to the old lady's house. Did he say what direction her house was in? We're still warm and fed. I mean, that's good. But we ain't eaten since sometime yesterday. Let's head for the... What's his name? Godspeaker? See if there's anything the old man needs of us. I hate to just hold up in his place and then take off. He was nice enough to let us hang out up here. That wolf would have probably ended our ass. Hey, sir. What's up, buddy? How are you, man? How was your weekend?
You grip the rough hemp of the new ladder, the knots biting into your palms as you swing a leg over the platform edge. The morning air is sharp, smelling of pine resin and melting snow. Leaf follows close behind.
Okay,
his
now
stone
here's the
axe
thing the
tucked
AI
into
kind of
his
screwed
belt,
up on, right?
eyes scanning the forest floor below.
It didn't acknowledge at all
watches
that I
from the
asked if there's
shadows of his
anything the
hut,
old man
his
needed. So I suppose
expression
I should have
lost in the
probably...
gloom.
You probably have to
Go
enter
with
that
the
second, I guess.
All-Father's eye, survivor. The plains hold sorrow and the wood holds teeth. Tread lightly.
You descend quickly, the rope swaying with your weight. Boots hit the snow with a crunch, the ground firm under the trees. Above, the platform seems distant, a nest in the sky. The forest around you is quiet, the only sound the drip of water from melting branches and the distant call of a crow. The beast's tracks from the night before are deep gouges in the snow, leading south toward the open plains.
Ground feels better than that perch. The tracks are fresh. It went this way.
Down from the sky, back into the moor, bold.
Leaf points to a narrow deer trail winding through the spruce, the only clear path south. To the west, the forest grows denser, dark and impenetrable. To the east, the trees thin slightly toward the rocky coast. The red light of the blood moon is gone, replaced by a pale grey dawn that offers little warmth.
The woman's hut is on the plains. We follow the tracks, or find our own way through the brush.
Pine resin. I mean, probably find our own way through the brush, I guess. Crapola. Your weekend was crapola? That sucks, dude. Like, what was wrong with the weekend? Did you, like, have to work all weekend or something? Oh, dude, that sucks. How'd you do that? Crapo lava. How'd you do it? Did you like fall? Again, it ignored the fact that I said, asked if there was no way I could repay the old man for what he did.
You look back up at the platform, but Torolf has already withdrawn into the shadows of his hut, the firelight dimming as if he were never there. The old man takes no payment but the story of your survival. Leaf nudges your shoulder, his breath steaming in the crisp morning air.
He doesn't want our coin. He wants to see if we make it. Come on.
So I guess it did
the open
acknowledge it
ground
finally.
waits.
You turn away from the oak and push through the tree line, leaving the shelter of the North Forest behind. The transition is abrupt, the trees fall away, and the world opens up into a vast, windswept expanse of white. The plains stretch out before you, flat and featureless under the pale sky, a sheet of frost-hardened snow broken only by the dark smudge of dead grass pushing through the crust. The wind hits you instantly, cutting through your furs with a knife-like edge. There is no cover here, no place to hide from the eyes of the sky or the things that walk the night. In the middle distance, a low turf structure huddles against the elements. A hut with a thin curl of smoke rising from a hole in its roof. To the west, the land slopes down toward the ocean, while to the east, the terrain grows rocky again toward the distant shore.
It's too open. If the wolf comes, we'll see it from a long way off. But we'll have nowhere to run.
Run to the house, yo.
Lovely place for a grave. Flat, easy to dig, great view of the sunset.
This bird is a fucking jackass, man.
Leaf pulls his cloak tighter, his eyes fixed on the hut. The snow crunches loudly under your boots, the sound carrying in the stillness. You feel exposed, a dark speck on a blank canvas.
That's the place. The woman's hut. Do we walk straight up, or keep to the edge and watch first?
We got time. We can watch for a while, I suppose. Let's just walk straight up. To see us and think we're hate for her to think we're raiders, even though we were raiders. We just happened to crash here. So you twisted it pretty bad. Not a complete blowout. That sucks. Are you do you have to work today? You having to work on it? Or you get to rest it a bit? I used to do that when practicing throws in class a lot.
You
You'll
step
twist your
out onto
knees
the
and
open
your,
plains, the wind
work a lot of toes
instantly
that way,
finding
too.
every gap in your furs. The snow is hard-packed, crunching loudly under your boots, a sound that carries far in the silence. There is nowhere to hide here. You're a dark shape moving across a white sheet, visible to anything watching from the forest or the cliffs. Leaf walks slightly behind and to your left, his hand resting on his axe, eyes constantly scanning the tree line. The hut grows larger as you approach, a low turf-roofed structure huddled against the ground, as if trying to burrow into the earth for warmth. A thin wisp of smoke rises from the roof hole, the only sign of life. A dead garden lies frozen to one side, the stalks black and brittle. As you get closer, the wooden door creaks open just a crack, then wider.
Stop right there. Keep your hands where I can see them.
A woman stands in the doorway. She is angular and sharp-featured, dark hair pulled back severely from a face etched with exhaustion. In her hands, she holds a heavy iron cooking pot, gripped like a shield and a weapon all at once. Her eyes are hard, measuring you and Leaf, looking for the threat she knows lives in this world.
We don't want trouble, but we're ready for it. What do you want?
She looks like she'd use that pot to crack a skull.
Practical. I like her. She knows you're wolves until proven otherwise.
Of course, the crow likes her. We were shipwrecked here. Just looking for friendly face and some shelter. Where is here, and how might we get off this island?
Sigrid's eyes narrow as she listens, the iron pot
I'm
still
also
held
sleepy,
high
like,
and ready.
yawning like mad.
The wind whips a strand of dark hair across her face, but she doesn't blink or brush it away. She glances at Leaf, then back at you, weighing the truth of your words against the hardness of the world she lives in.
Ooh, I see a
Shipwreck.
double-edged
There's
axe out
always
here.
wreckage washing up, usually dead. You don't look like raiders. You look like frozen meat.
A compliment, I suppose, coming from a woman holding a cookpot like a shield.
She slowly lowers the pot, though her grip remains tight on the rim. The tension in her shoulders eases a fraction, but her eyes never leave yours. She steps aside, leaving the doorway open just enough to see the dim glow of a fire inside.
This is Sletter, the plains. As for getting off, there's only one way. The ice passage at Ferget, but it's cracking, and the wolf guards the shore.
The wolf again. It's everywhere.
Indeed.
You can come in, but if you try anything, you'll eat my axe before you see the fire. And leave the crow outside.
She can see the crow.
Rude. I suppose I'll wait in the cold again.
Mm. See if she knows anything about the wolf. See how she manages not to become its next meal, as it seems to like light. Hut inside. What do we got in here? We got shovels. Hey, we got a nice big, a couple swords over there. There's another axe.
You duck
Could
under
use a
the
better
low
weapon.
lintel and step inside, the air instantly warmer and thicker with the smell of wood smoke, dried herbs, and something sour sickness. Leaf follows, crowding the small space. Sigrid closes the door firmly, barring it with a thick beam, then moves to the fire pit, stirring the embers with an iron poker. The light is dim, casting long shadows against the turf walls. In the corner, a pile of furs stirs, and a dry rattling cough echoes from the darkness.
Another soul dragged in by the tide. Don't stand there letting the cold in. Sit.
Yes, ma'am.
You find a space on a wooden bench near the fire. Sigrid watches you, her eyes flicking between you and the sleeping form in the corner. She sets the iron pot down, but keeps it within reach.
The wolf, its old hunger. It walks on 2 legs when the moon is full, on 4 when it runs. It knows this island better than we do. As for fire, it keeps the dark away, but it calls to the hungry things. We keep the fire small, and we keep the axe sharp. It hasn't come here. Not yet.
Not yet. The operative word. She's living on borrowed time.
All right, so we're going to have to kill this thing.
The old woman in the corner shifts again, her breathing labored. Sigrid glances at her, her hard expression cracking for just a moment before she turns back to you.
Sigrid is the stranger. Going to help? Or just watch?
Hush, Amma. We'll see.
Help with what? What do you need, ladies? I'm all about helping. I'm a helpful guy. Truly.
Sigrid's eyes flicker, the hard shell cracking for a heartbeat before she rebuilds it. She sets the iron pot down with a heavy thud and turns to the fire, poking the embers as if they hold the answer.
Assistance. We need medicine. Amma has the fever, the same one that took the children.
Awesome.
There is a root that grows on the high cliffs to the north. Fever root, it breaks the heat, but the cliffs, they are steep, and the wolf roams there.
And wolf roams everywhere. He's in the forest,
Don't
he's on the cliffs.
waste the stranger's breath on an old
He's on the
woman's
bridge.
cough, Sigrid. Let the fire warm them. That is help enough.
High cliffs. North. That's where we saw the tracks leading.
A fetch quest. How quaint. Risk your neck for a dying woman you just met. Very heroic or very stupid.
Hey, sometimes the
If
most
you bring the
heroic
root,
things are
I
extremely
will tell
stupid.
you what I know of this island, and Bjorn, my husband. He vanished into the dark. Maybe he saw something that could help you.
Maybe he's the wolf. Just saying. Maybe he's that poor bastard I found on the beach. We'll see what old Leaf does if I give him a choice. Can't type. So I'm gonna go fetch some medicine. Told Leaf he could stay here or he can come with me. The choice is his. What will the AI have Leaf do? Is Leaf gonna have a pair come with me, or is he gonna hang out here?
You nod to Sigrid, accepting the burden. Leaf doesn't hesitate, stepping up beside you with a grim set to his jaw.
I'm with you, Odd. I can watch your back better than I can watch a pot boil.
There he is. That's a Viking for you,
Good.
boys.
The root
Girls.
grows on the high fjords north of here. Follow the tree line until the cliffs rise. Look for the green vines clinging to the rock, even in the frost.
May the gods watch your path, strangers, and bring the root back before the fire dies.
Sigrid unbars the door, pushing it open against the wind. The cold rushes in to meet you, sharp and biting, instantly stealing the warmth from your skin. You step out onto the snow-crusted plains, the wind whipping your cloak around your legs. The red light of the blood moon is gone, replaced by a pale grey dawn that offers little comfort. The hut sits behind you, a dark hump against the white
I
expanse.
should have probably asked if the husband
To the
had any
north,
weapons
the
laying around. I
distant
could
cliffs
borrow an
loom,
axe or something. I mean, I've got
their
an
tops
axe,
lost
but
in the low
Leaf doesn't have
clouds.
one. He's just got that makeshift thing I gave him.
North. The high fjords. The wolf went that way.
Off to fetch herbs for a dying woman while a monster hunts the heights. You Vikings and your dramatic sense of duty.
Leaf checks the edge of his axe, his eyes scanning the open ground. The path north lies ahead, leading toward the forest edge and the rising cliffs beyond. The wind howls across the plains, carrying with it the scent of pine and something else, something metallic and old.
All right, let's get this done before the sun falls on us again. I don't need to be stuck out here after dark. Back on the plains. What if this thing will help me during the day if it only help me at night?
You turn your back on the hut and set your boots to the north, the wind stinging your face with ice crystals. The plains are a vast white emptiness, offering no cover, no shadows to hide in. You feel exposed, a dark speck on a blank canvas, visible to anything watching from the tree line
Stick
or the
to
cliffs.
the roads. Keep clear of the
Leaf
moors.
matches your pace,
I'm totally
his head
not
low
listening.
against the gale, his hand never far from his axe.
It's American
Too
Wolf in
open
London
if
all
it
over again.
comes, we run. No standing.
Running is good. Running fast is better. The shadows are getting long.
The distance to the northern tree line seems to stretch, the white expanse endless under the pale sky. Then a sound cuts through the wind, a low
thing, man.
guttural
No matter
growl
where I
from
go,
the
he's
south
always up my
behind
ass.
you. You risk a glance over your shoulder. A shape is moving at the edge of the plains, loping easily through the snow, gaining ground with terrifying speed. It has seen you.
It's following, move, odd. Don't let it catch us in the open.
The forest edge is still 100 paces away. The beast is faster. You have to reach the trees before it closes the distance.
I mean, I'm not sure that's going to matter. We can fight it in the forest or fight it in the open. Like, how's that going to help me? Six, and we got all threes again. Looks like we're fighting, boys and girls. Man, I totally got a Yahtzee here. It's been a long time since I played Yahtzee. Is Yahtzee all fives or
Your
sixes?
boots sink into the deep snow, each
Five
step
threes.
a battle
What's the
against
odds
the
of that?
drifts that drag at your ankles. The forest edge mocks you from 100 paces away, a dark sanctuary that might as well be in Valhalla for all the good it does you now.
I'm gonna say that's a
The
sanctuary.
rhythmic thudding behind you swells, drowning out the wind and your own gasping breaths. A shadow falls over you, long and distorted, cast by a beast that has closed the distance with impossible speed.
Ord, go. I'll hold it.
What? I'm not going to be the little
Leaf
the
spins
one that
around,
bitches out and runs while
planting
you
his feet
sit
in
here
the
and try and
snow,
fight it. Jeez.
his stone axe raised high against the nightmare bearing down on him. He doesn't stand a chance. The creature is a blur of muscle and fur towering over him.
That's a
It
good buddy right
swipes
there.
with a massive clawed hand, almost casually catching Leaf in the chest. The impact lifts him off his feet, throwing him backward like a broken doll. He hits the snow hard and doesn't rise.
No, Leaf. What?
The
Just
beast
that
looms
quickly?
over Leaf's fallen form, its maw dripping with saliva that steams in the cold air. It ignores you for a heartbeat focused on the prey it has caught. Then it turns its head, eyes burning with a malevolent intelligence, and
motherfucker's
fixes
gotta
its
die.
gaze on you. You are alone on the plains, weapon in hand, with nothing but white death between you and the trees.
Well, that was brief. He bought you 5 heartbeats. Use them.
The beast
Use 'em.
snarls, a sound that vibrates in your chest cavity, and bounds toward you. You have only a moment to react before it is upon you.
Nah, bro. We're going out. We're going down with our buddy. I'm not gonna. You need to just kill my buddy, and then you need to kill my bro, and then I'm just gonna like run off like a little bitch. There's only one thing walking out of this. It's either me or this thing. It's probably gonna be it, but fuck it, we're gonna do it anyway, man. I'm gonna lunge at it with my pike. Let's see. What if I should wait for it to tag me and then I can just counterattack? We'll give it I got a pike, so we'll try this first. Keep your fingers crossed we get some good rolls.
You plant your boots in the snow and drive the silver pike forward with every ounce of strength left in
Man,
your
Luke went down
freezing
like a
limbs.
bitch, though, man. He just died instantly.
The silver tip gleams in the pale light, seeking the soft flesh of the beast's throat. The creature is fast, impossibly fast, but it is committed to its charge, momentum carrying it onto the point of your weapon.
All right, we got 5 dice. I only need 1 6. No ones. Come on. No whammy, no whammy. Oh, yeah. What? I'm exhausted already. Bleeding arm. Why do I have a bleeding arm? Wolf's Forest. Did we roll over to the forest?
The silver tip meets its mark with a sickening crunch, piercing the thick hide of the beast's throat. A howl tears from its maw, not a roar of dominance, but a shriek of shock and pain. The creature staggers back, black blood bubbling around the silver shaft, its momentum broken by the wound that refuses to close instantly.
Oh, yeah. Now he's on fire for some reason.
You wrench the pike free, the blade slick with dark ichor, and turn before the beast can recover. The tree line is just ahead, a wall of black trunks and shadow. You sprint, your boots hammering the snow, lungs burning in the cold air. Behind you, the beast thrashes in the white powder, its howls fading as you plunge into the suffocating gloom of the wolf's forest.
Nah, bro, this is what we're doing.
The forest swallows you whole. Here, under the canopy of ancient spruce and birch, the blood moon's light is filtered into a rust-red twilight. The air is still, colder than the open plains, and smells of pine resin and damp earth. The trees stand like silent sentinels, their branches interlaced overhead to block out the sky. You are alone in the dark, save for the sound of your own ragged breathing.
Well struck. The silver bites, but it won't stay down. It's coming.
Huginen lands on a branch above you, his feathers blending perfectly with the shadows. He cocks his head, listening to the silence that feels too heavy, too watchful. The forest floor is uneven, hidden beneath a carpet of needles and fresh snow. To the north, the ground rises slightly. To the south, the path you just fled. East and west, the deep woods stretch on, dark and featureless.
Lost in the wolf's wood. Appropriate. Which way? Survivor deeper in, or try to find a path through the thorns?
Nah, this thing killed my buddy. Let's see. I wonder if I could use my rope and make some sort of deadfall. There's no way I'd have time to do this. It would take like half a fucking day to pull this off, but we'll see if this will let me do it. It's called a deadfall. So I have to be like 5 times heavier than the, the target. There's no way it's gonna let me do this. Probably needs a light of fire too. Let's see what it says about this. This is some some predator bullshit right here.
You scan the gloom, eyes darting from trunk to
My Viking
trunk,
suddenly turned into
searching for a
Dutch.
branch thick enough to hold the weight of death. A massive spruce bough, heavy with snow and ice, hangs low above a game trail. It will do.
What'll do?
You drag a fallen log, rough-hewn and heavy as a dead man, through the deep snow, your breath hitching in your chest. The wound on your arm throbs with every heave, warm blood soaking into your furs. But you ignore it. Leaf is gone. This thing dies. With shaking hands, you loop the rope from your satchel over the high branch, grunting with the effort as you heave the log upward.
See, that's a cool thing about
It
this game. You can
catches,
literally do whatever
swaying
you want. It's so
precariously
cool.
above the trail. You tie off the trigger, a simple slip knot of braided hemp, hoping the beast's own momentum will undo what your strength cannot secure. Hugin watches from above, silent and still.
A heavy log, a rope. You are building a cage for a storm.
I only need to stun the
forest
storm so I
holds
can
its
stab in
breath.
its face.
The rust-red light of the blood moon filters through the needles, casting long, bloody shadows on the snow. You crouch behind the bole of an oak, silver pike in hand, waiting. A twig snaps in the distance. Then another. Closer. The beast is coming.
All right. We only got 4 this time. Come on. We failed. I got no choice but to accept it. Well, I'm telling you, we're going out. We're going out. Either us or this thing. You didn't kill my buddy, and then like me just take off. This is not happening. We're going to
The knot
Valhalla,
slips
or
in
we're
your numb
sending him
fingers, the hemp too stiff, the cold too deep. The log shifts with a groan of splitting wood, the rope sliding loose from the branch before you can secure the trigger. It crashes into the snow below with a dull thud, burying itself in the drift, useless. The sound echoes through the silent forest like a death knell. The bushes to your left explode outward. The beast is here.
Would I really like to light a torch? Light a torch, but he's already here, so.
It does not stalk, it charges. The silver wound in its throat steams, the flesh knitting even as it moves. But the pain has only made it faster, madder.
And stab
It
hard
sees
enough.
you, sees the silver pike in your hand, and roars a sound of pure hate that shakes the snow from the branches above. There is no time to reset the trap, no time to hide. It is 10 paces away and closing.
Move or die standing.
The creature's
Shut, bro.
massive paws tear up the earth, its eyes locked on yours. You have a heartbeat to choose your ground.
All right. We can attack with my hand axe. Hand axe. So we're going to hit him with a hand axe. See if we can pull that off. There's no way I'd physically be able to pull this off. Depending upon how big this this makeshift pike I made was.
You roar back, a sound stripped of all reason, and meet the charge head on. The silver pike leads, a spear of cold light aimed at the gut, while your hand axe sweeps high for the shoulder. The beast does not dodge. It accepts the
accepts it?
trade, snapping its jaws at your throat even as the weapons descend.
Impressive. He's ballsy. But I got to get a 6 for literally everything. I got it. All 6s is rough, man.
The silver pike drives deep into the beast's gut, a shock of cold light buried in hot darkness. Black ichor sprays across your furs, steaming in the frigid air. Your hand axe follows, biting into the massive shoulder, shearing through fur and muscle to strike bone. The beast howls, a sound that shatters the silence of the forest and staggers back, its momentum broken by the double wound. It thrashes, massive claws raking at the pike shaft, snapping the silver-tipped head off near the wound. The silver remains inside it, burning like a brand. The creature's eyes, burning with malevolent intelligence, lock onto you. It is wounded, maddened by pain, but far from dead. Blood drips from its jaws as it crouches, preparing to spring again.
It's still standing. Finish it or run, you fool. It won't miss twice.
I'm all about finishing it. Running is
The
not an
beast
option.
circles, limping slightly on its ruined shoulder, watching for an opening. The rust-red light of the blood moon filters through the canopy, painting the snow in the color of fresh blood.
Broken silver pike. All right. Let's see. Well, we'll swing. Where do we want to swing for this time? I'm gonna have to it's gonna be so many sixes for me to actually finish this fight. I mean, it's gonna need so many sixes. I'm totally gonna fail this. See if we could drive the silver deeper and upward with my free hand. We'll try and parry with the hand axe. I don't know if we're gonna pull it off or not. It's gonna be sixes again.
You charge
that's
through
cool
the
thing about
blood-red
this
shadows,
and D&D. I mean, you
boots
can try
slipping
anything
on
you
the
want.
pine-needled snow.
Just gotta hope the
The
dice are on
beast
your side, man.
snarls, a sound like grinding stones, and swipes with its good arm. You catch the blow on the haft of your hand axe,
Like a twerk
the
for it.
impact jarring your teeth. But you hold. Your left hand shoots out, fingers closing around the slick, bloody shaft of the broken pike, protruding from its gut.
All right, here we go. Here we go. We need at least 1 6. No ones. No whammy. No whammy. Oh, we got it. Don't you be one. Oh, we got 2. Oh, snap. Massive success. That shit. How much punishment is this thing going to take before he dies? The ass tripping. It's like, shit, I don't know what to do. He's killing it like right now. The story's not supposed to be over yet.
You grip the slick shaft of the broken pike, the wood splintering under your grip, and drive it upward with all the strength of your grief and rage. The silver tip tears through the beast's innards, seeking the heart, and finds it.
Oh, snap. See your fate?
A shock runs through the creature, a convulsion that snaps its head back and stiffens its limbs in a rictus of agony. The roar dies in its throat, replaced by a wet, gurgling gasp. The beast collapses, its massive bulk crashing to the forest floor, sending up a cloud of snow and pine needles. It twitches once, twice, and then lies still. The rust-red light of the blood moon seems to dim, as if the eye of the world is closing. Silence returns to the wolf's forest, heavy and absolute.
The wolf is dead, and the survivor survives.
You stand over the corpse, your chest heaving, your hand still gripping the silver buried in its chest. The cold air bites at your sweat-soaked skin, but you feel warmth spreading through you, the warmth of a debt paid in blood. Leaf is avenged.
I do feel like you could end this story like pretty quickly if you
Munin
wanted to. If you want
waits
to
at
play
the
30-minute
passage.
missions, you could
Go
just
to
boom,
him,
you could be done.
Thought.
Just fight
Bring
the thing
memory
right out the
home.
gate.
The forest paths lie open before you. The beast is gone. The island is yours to cross. Your hand finds the slick, bloody shaft of the broken pike. You don't think. You don't breathe. You drive it upward with a scream that tears at your throat, putting your shoulder, your back, your entire weight behind the silver. The blade punches through the beast's gut, tearing through muscle and organ, burying itself to the hilt in the black heart of
Look, we already did
Fenrir's
this.
get. The beast convulses, a massive shudder that racks its frame from snout to tail. Its jaws snap shut inches from your face, a reflex of death, not intent. Then it collapses. The red light fades from its eyes, leaving them dull and glassy. The forest holds its breath. The wind dies, for the first time since you woke on this frozen rock. There is silence.
It's done. Fenrir's child is dead. I didn't think you could do it. I didn't think anyone could. You know what comes now?
A single
No.
wing beat, heavy and slow, echoes from above. A shadow detaches itself from the blood-red sky, descending not from the north, but from the east from the frozen passage. Munin lands beside Hugin on the snow-covered branch, two ravens, dark as the void, watching you.
You killed it. In all the ages of Odin's trials, very few mortals have chosen to fight rather than flee.
Damn.
The Allfather did not expect this.
This is the Barry
Neither
White
did
of
I.
crows.
I watched them hunt it. The child of Fenrir. They found the silver. They found the fire. They read the signs. And when the moment came, when it was close enough to feel its breath, to smell the wolf blood, they didn't flinch. Odin will find that very interesting.
You showed mercy in Northumbria, pulled a child from fire, a raven saw. Odin took your memory to ask if that mercy was real. But you gave him a different answer than he expected. Mercy to the innocent, death to the monster. You didn't choose one, you chose both. That is rare even among Odin's chosen.
That's the way it should be. All the time.
Munin spreads his wings and the floodgates open. The dam breaks. You remember the raid on Lindisfarne, the smoke, the screaming. You remember the child in the burning hut, how you pulled her out while your brothers burned the world around her. You remember your name, Ord. You remember your hall in Vestfold, the smell of the hearth, the face of your wife. And you remember this? The cold, the fear, the silver in your hand, the wolf at your feet.
I've watched mortals die at Fenrir's children's claws. Dozens, hundreds. I've never watched one win. Go home, Ord. Remember who you are and what you're capable of. The wolves will hear about this.
Hugin lingers for a heartbeat, his obsidian eyes fixed on yours, weighing the soul that slew a god's beast. Then he launches himself into the air, followed by Munin. They climb into the sky, two black specks against the fading blood moon, and are gone. You stand alone in the wolf's forest. The beast lies dead at your feet, its blood steaming in the cold. The curse is broken. The widow in the grass hut will sleep soundly tonight. The hermit in the trees will see the sun rise. The island is safe. You are Ord of Vestfold. You are the one who killed Fenrir's child. You turn your face to the east, toward the passage,
With a
toward
broken
home,
armoring, no
and
less.
begin to walk.
Not with a bunch of armor, not with me being all like well prepared and well equipped. It's just an armoring and a hand axe. That's all it took, baby. That's all it took. That's how we do it. Thank you for stepping into Odin's trial. This demo is a slice of the saga. Your thread continues. But you've reached the end of what we've prepared for the showcase. Interesting. So this is going to keep going after this. More to it, eh? That's interesting. So what do we got here? We got 2, 4, 6, 8. We got 9 different stories showing. So we got at least 9 stories. This one looks all like creepy, horrified. It's probably pretty cool. I have no idea what this one is. This might be one of those like end of days type things because we got like 2 big ass hurricanes. Looks like 2 big storms. Maybe it's like a space saga. I don't know. Odin's Trials, the one we did. The Last Vigil looks pretty cool. I'm all about anything foggy and creepy looking. Let's go foggy, creepy thing in the woods. This one, Echoes in the Abyss. That one looks pretty cool too. And then there's Villa something. Can't quite see it, but it looks like another Viking tale. I'm all about Viking tales, so I'll probably check out another one of these. Like when it releases, I'll definitely check this out. I want to see the full story, and I might check out 2 or 3 of these others too, because this one looks interesting. This one's a maybe. This one's almost a definitely. This is a almost definitely. This is a probably definitely, and this one's a probably definitely. So there's a number of these stories I want to try. I don't know what this one will be. This is probably not down my alley though. It's like black and white. I don't know. 1940s, 1950s. Some of the 1950s story, I guess, ish. But anyway, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What'd you guys think? What'd you think of the AI generated RPG? It's pretty cool. It'll be interesting when AI gets to the point where you know, you're playing a game like Baldur's Gate and like you can do anything. We're not gonna see that for 20 or 30 years, but you know, it wouldn't surprise me eventually to play a game like Baldur's Gate or something, and then the AI just generate the game around you. Like whatever you're doing, the game just like keeps generating. So for now, this is pretty cool though. I dug it. I like it. Check it out. Go wishlist it on Steam. Check it on Steam. There is a link in the description. You guys are on YouTube. There's a link down in the description. You guys on Twitch, same thing. Go check it out. Give it a whirl. It's a free demo. See how your night ends, because my night when I only played for like half an hour last night. And my night did not go so well. I feel like it would be easier to end this story early though, because you're gonna have like the longer you go, you got a higher chance of like having to use your like your roll tokens or whatever to like, you know, re-roll or to get like a 1 free success or whatever. So I mean, if you fought it early, you might like statistically have a better chance if you just fought it early. But then how does your story go? I don't know. Interesting. It's a cool story. I liked it. But anyway, that's gonna be it for me tonight, guys. Acer, Uncle Bob, and to the rest. Destination, Care Bear, thank you for the raid. Raiders, thank you guys for popping in. Zygo, and everybody else that I can't think of off the top of my head. Wayne, you guys all have a great night. Today's Tuesday. So we're back on Thursday. As much as I want to finish Days Gone, we will finish Days Gone. We are going to be finishing Days Gone, but Thursday we'll probably do get it. We'll hop back into Days Gone probably Sunday, Thursday, and then I'll probably do a bonus stream. I might do a bonus stream on Friday. We're gonna do. We're gonna check out E-Day. We'll definitely do it on Thursday. I don't know about Friday. We'll see about Friday. We'll see how Thursday goes first, but Thursday we're definitely gonna do some E-Day. See what that's like. Probably do some horde mode on the beta for that, and then we'll decide on Friday, Thursday night. We'll see what happens, and then Sunday we'll hop back into Days Gone and get some more Days Gone in before all this other stuff starts to release. So anyway, you guys have a good night. God bless. Be safe. Until next time, I will hope y'all have a good week, and I'll talk to you on Thursday. Later.